gosh.
We messed
They felt
up.
like idiots.
We messed up.
Here we come.
It has to be bone dry though, like no moisture whatsoever.
The lady comes over and she's got lotion on her leg. She's screwed.
Who the hell are you?
He'd come up and he'd just teabag over everybody's face. He just that was like his like little like tradition.
And he left a trail of pee too.
I mean, dude, you guys are gonna make me cry like for real on all this.
Oh, we're going straight into it. We didn't even no foreplay before we start this thing. We're going right for it, huh?
I'm not ready.
We are ready. It doesn't matter if you're ready or not.
Yeah. Here we come.
Here we go.
Here we go. Let me get up.
Oh, we good?
That's a good one. I think I'm good.
First one was such a hit that Scott loved it so much he asked us to do another one.
Yeah. He just
Nobody
wants
else
to sit
might
there-
like it.
He just wants to sit there and laugh again.
Yeah.
How far did you ride?
Today was 13.26 miles and 1,500 feet of elevation.
What is the back loop that I rode?
Oh, you rode it?
The other day I did.
well,
lately.
From
top
here,
part, top
from
part.
here. Oh, just the top part. You can go down. You
Well,
went down?
yeah,
you
but I
down.
went down, but then I turned around
Turned around,
because
came back,
it got
yeah.
really hard.
Because you were trying to come back up bailout.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I did.
I've made it up bailout twice.
Really?
Without coming off my bike.
Oh, my gosh.
It has to be bone dry though.
Yeah.
Like no moisture whatsoever.
I come off my bike going down it.
Yeah. Do you really?
No, I haven't.
No. Not on purpose. That's where Jake Lockhart died. That's where he.
Did he tumble down it?
Oh, he tumbled hard down
Oh,
it.
gosh.
It's like 4 miles from here, the whole top loop plus the switchback and bailout.
Okay.
Or 3.5,
That
something
makes you
like
feel
that.
better.
It was a 15.5 strain on whoop.
Dang.
Averaged 146, high 166. On those short days, I try to ride pretty hard. So.
What a strain.
We went to the pond this morning. We did 30-minute AMRAP, one round of Cindy. Sorry, one lap around the pond, one round of Cindy.
One lap around the pond.
2 rounds of Cindy, one lap around the pond.
Like
3,
4 rounds of Cindy.
5. So I started with
Did we
C.
do that?
We've done a lot of variations of
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
sure. I think I did something. I think
We did a wall ball push-up one or
Yeah.
something like
Oh,
that.
wall
Yeah.
ball.
me and
push-ups.
Luke
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Luke and I did swim and half Murph last year. So like you swim, do half Murph, swim. I think it was 5 laps. We swam 5 laps and then 50, 100, 150.
Straight
swim 5
through, or
laps.
did you do Cindy rounds?
I think we did straight through.
Was Rich's dad mowing?
No,
Did he shoot any snakes?
Yeah.
no,
Drew
Drew.
shot a snake out of there yesterday.
Did he?
Did you really?
2 days ago. It was just a little water snake.
Drew was doing like, he had the excavator, the mini X out there, and he was tearing up some trees or whatever.
Oh, nice.
One of my favorite like stories, like moving down here and stuff, like one of my first like intros to like senior, because like I only knew him only like when I would travel down to like
Uncle Rich.
visit and stuff. Exactly,
Yeah.
Uncle Rich. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
But I remember, I think you were at the fire department, but like I went up there to like go like do something, and I come pulling up, and he's mowing. He's got his 6-pack cooler strapped to the back. He's got his pistol on his lap.
No, wasn't the shotgun?
No,
Was it
pistol.
That was
Pistol.
before he mounted the shotgun on the mower.
Yes, which was a game changer.
Yeah.
But he was riding, and I was watching him like go around the pond, and I don't know how he did it. He was staring into the pond and still mowing around the pond. So he's like mowing, but not knowing where he's going. Somehow staying in lane. I don't know if it's got magnets like underneath it, and he just rides it, you know, just because
Like
it's
a
him.
roller coaster,
exactly.
or it's just
takes
on a
him
track.
through. But I remember that he sees a turtle. Turtle's just chilling, man. Like it's not doing anything.
Snapping turtle.
Yeah.
We don't want snapping turtles
Yeah,
in there.
yeah. Sorry. We don't want that. He just just lays it on it, rested on his arm, driving arm, still driving. 2 shots, sunk. And I'm just up there. I go, wow.
This is
Wow.
Tennessee.
That's my uncle. I was just like, holy cow. Didn't skip a beat, and like proceeds to put it down, grab another one out of his back, and crack it and ride it. Just like Judas Priest. we're
my dad.
Yeah, I gotta go swim in that pond.
Yeah, I haven't told.
I don't know why, but something else just came to my head after you said we got to swim in that pond. Tonto.
Oh my God, yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I lost him in
Were
there.
you there for that, Angelo?
Yeah, I was up there. Was it Father's Day?
It was Father's Day.
Wow, that's a
Day,
great.
It was Father's Day.
That's why Jess has even a harder time on Father's Day. I mean, like it's supposed to be a happy time as far as
Not for you.
but like for her, she's like, wow, it's Father's Day.
Sucks.
Should we tell it? Like, we should go ahead and tell that story because we've already. All right, so
Oh, God.
Father's Day, we were up there.
Just hanging
Darren,
out.
Jess, my family was up there. I think we just had Lakeland at the time. I don't think we had Trice or anybody.
Well, did we find him on?
no.
Okay,
no,
okay,
no,
no.
okay. Sorry.
And
Next
so
day.
we were up
Word
there.
out.
I had a baseball game. We were playing in that men's wood bat league. So
Yeah,
we were up there
yeah.
for a little bit. I had the dogs.
Yep.
And I'm 99% sure Gipper accidentally pushed the dog
yeah.
in. But anyway,
I'm 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause what were they playing? They were playing.
they're
with
playing in the
something.
water. They were in the
Well,
water.
yeah.
The
Yeah, well,
dogs
They
love
had
the
something.
water.
I think they had some kind of ball or something.
Yeah. And
So
of
we
course-
have Gilligan, that's a black lab,
Yeah.
RIP, and Gipper, who's the golden doodle, the special
Yeah.
doodle.
Both
And
great
then
swimmers.
Tonto.
Tonto,
He was
which
a
is a bulldog.
and he was a great dog, but could not swim. And there was multiple instances.
Yeah, he could swim short distance.
like 2 feet.
Full feet from the roof to
yeah,
the
from
ground.
Like if he ran out of shore, he could swim and come right back.
It was more. It was like more or less like when you run into.
There
a
were
pond
numerous
and you're
times
kinda
when the
on
dog was
water,
saved.
And then you
Yeah.
drop.
There was numerous times the dog was saved.
Yeah. Well, maybe he didn't need our help. We just thought he needed our help. We never really. Okay. Well,
He was upright.
He needed.
doing this. Anyway.
And we went inside to eat.
So we go inside to eat. Yep, we went inside to eat.
And it had to be like 5 minutes. Like, or
Yeah,
something.
that long.
tops.
Yeah, not even that.
We come out. I'm like, oh, I got to go to the baseball game. Load my dogs up.
Yeah.
We go to the baseball game. I get a text after that Darren and Jess are still looking for Tonto. And I'm like, huh, that's weird. Tonto wouldn't run off. You guys stayed up
Gipper's
there.
twiddling his
So
thumbs.
long.
in the
Gipper's
car.
like, oh, please.
Yeah.
I don't
you
think I
guys
could
went-
drive at the time because I think you guys took me home and went back. Something.
You guys
something like
went and
that.
printed, like, lost.
Yeah.
posters.
I mean, something like that because like a year prior to that, he like ran away, you know, and stuff. So like we went through like a 2-day.
Oh, he
thing.
ran away at home
Yeah.
at your parents' house and he was just found in a barn.
Yeah,
Remember
exactly.
that?
Found in a barn, fat as hell because he ate all the horse feed, or the horse food stuff. And he crapped for weeks after that, like nonstop. But anywho, yeah.
And
so like okay, he
He ran off
away.
and somebody wanted,
Yeah.
somebody just he got him, right? So the next day we go up there to train. It was like me, James, Hewitt, was that the Lindy year team? I think
believe,
probably
yeah.
Lindy,
Yeah, Refit, Ellie.
Refit, Ellie. And we're all up there. We're like, well, we can't really train while Darren and Jess are out looking for this dog. So we all kind of like chip in looking for the dog. It's like 1 or 2 o'clock finally. And we're like, all right, we've got to do something.
Yep.
And so we were going to do a swim workout. And I'm carrying a D-ball down to the pond. And I look and I'm like, is that an otter in the pond? And it was just Tonto's rear end floating in the
The
pond.
gases got him.
It was awful.
he came
It
up.
was awful.
I wasn't there for this.
You weren't there for
Yeah,
that? And
yeah.
so
I wasn't there for the final.
We had to,
Because
like,
you guys found him, but then Jess and I had like literally just
so
pulled in.
Hobart runs, goes and grabs him. I run up. I'm like, Hewitt, stop Darren and Jess. Don't let them come down there and see him. Like, they don't need to see a dog like this. They come around on the razor, and Hewitt's just like,
yeah.
Right,
He was
right
like,
on
"You're
by."
gonna go back. I'm like,
and
oh,
so
wow.
Tonto's down there, and
See Hobart just
Hobart's carrying him.
carrying this thing. I
And
go,
so
oh
we're
my
like,
God.
all right, now what do we do? All
Gotta do
right,
a
let's go
funeral,
bury
right?
him. So we went and buried him next to some of our other old dogs. But the bad part was, I mean, it was 90 degrees.
It's 9 degrees, dude.
I start digging the hole. I think Darren's like, give me that. It was my dog. And so Darren starts digging. Then Hobart starts digging. We're all digging. And finally we just like put him in the hole and we go to bury him. And Ellie's like, somebody gonna say something? It was awful. It was so bad.
It was like sad, but at the same not that I was like laughing by like any means because
Somebody
it
gonna
wasn't like a
say
laughing
something.
matter. But when Ellie said that, I was like, oh wow, this is like
This is
serious.
real.
Yeah,
This
yeah. I
is
was
real.
like, wow, this is like
That was
where it's
awful.
hitting.
Man, that was such a bad.
So yeah,
Lake Tonto.
yeah, Lake Tonto.
There you go. Oh, you had it up on the. You had it on there. R.I.P. Tonto.
Thanks.
And then now we have
Thanks,
Bowser.
Ben, for bringing
and
it
you got
up.
Bowser and a life jacket.
Yep.
Dude, watching a bulldog swim in a life jacket is one of the funniest things. But yes, you should not take it lightly. Let him swim without it. So yeah, putting him in that thing is so funny. And this dog though, like, it's crazy because like somehow you always start off with the best dog ever or like the best pet ever.
Gilligan was the best.
I know. I mean,
Gipper
seriously,
sucks.
it's like it always starts off that way.
Gipper's better now, but
But then, like, so you're like, oh, cool. This really makes me want a second one. You get a second one, dude, and like the dog I got, he's a great looking bulldog. but he's wrapped around your leg 24/7 humping it, or he's just nonstop like wanting to take a ball or something like that. Like anytime anybody comes over to my house, I'm like, hey, I have to either scurry him away because I know he's about to jump on their leg. If a lady comes over and she's got lotion on her leg, she's screwed.
He's gonna lick him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's screwed.
Yeah.
That dog will bust through the door. I was like, yeah, go.
I just want to know if Darren cried when
I did.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did cry. One, it was like because
it was a sad.
Well, and like, but here's the thing about the story too is like the pond is right in front of us. Like we walked out and like I said, this is 3 to 4 minutes if
Tops, yeah.
Yeah, tops. So like
Grab food,
not to get dark, but like there might have been a chance like we could have like pulled him out of there or like something. So the fact that we walked everywhere except like check there because I think somebody even like made a joke.
Oh yeah, someone's like,
yeah,
no way he's in the pond.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, well, if he would have drowned, he would have floated up or like something already. So I was like,
Yeah, we all were like, no way he's in the pond.
So it's like, yeah. So like coming back and seeing that, it's like, dude, I mean, like I messed up, you know. So yeah, I did cry.
Yeah.
It was
I
tough.
never met him, but I've always heard you talk only good things about him and how much you hate
dog.
Bowser.
He was a good boy.
Wow,
He was.
You never met him. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it was the best. The best thing that he would do is like at the gym that I loved was everybody would be rolling out like with the with the stupid like lacrosse balls and stuff like that afterwards. And he'd come up and he'd just teabag over everybody's face. He just that was like his like little tradition. He'd walk over everybody's face. You get Thomas Lynn. He'd get all those people.
Like Gilligan used to just nut you.
Yeah,
Every time
yeah,
he'd come up to
exactly.
see you, he'd just nut you.
It was just like his.
Head
It was
right to
his
the-
way of saying good job.
Hello.
It was like,
I don't
hey.
know. Was it Tonto or was it Bowser that I dropped the barbell on? I remember
It was
they were at the.
Tonto.
Was it Tonto?
Yeah,
it
it
was.
was
He was
Tonto.
like a puppy, and I
that
remember
dog
we were
took
at the gym.
he took a lot.
Freaking had a bar. I think it was like 95, 115. It wasn't that heavy.
You
but I
didn't
was
pitch the 45-pound bar like Darren?
Yeah.
Oh, but I drop it and he just runs underneath it and it just slams on his back and he scurries out of there.
Scurries out. He's like,
And he left a trail of pee too. He's scared.
always something. Always something. But
Burnout and Mayhem. You want to talk about that one?
dude, why is it always the stupid stuff that happens to me? Like you talk about my dog dying,
happens to you.
and now you want to talk about
You want to talk about us getting second in a local competition in 2013? You want to talk about that one too?
just because, dude, I couldn't squat clean the final bar. How do you win every event
By
in
a
a competition
huge
by
margin.
a margin? And all of a sudden, we took what, second or third in that?
I think we took third in the barbell lift.
Yeah, third in the barbell because I couldn't hang.
Or
Squat
no, I think we
clean
got like
305.
fifth or something like that.
Was it something like? Oh yeah, because I guess we had a couple other
Because
teams
a bunch of
did
teams
clear
finished it because it was the hang clean ended at 305, which was nothing
Yeah.
for most people.
Sorry.
And then
My dog just died.
we won. We won every single event except for that one. We got
Dude.
fifth and we got second.
And then what? But then like afterwards, like one of like the last workout, it was supposed to be like the points like meant something like.
I can't remember. There was
thought they-
something.
Yeah, there
supposed
I
was
to
thought it
be-
was like a
So I was like, oh well, regardless, like we're still gonna win or something.
No,
like
no.
that.
I thought it was the other way around where there was like points kind of reset or it was a different point scale for the last event or something.
I just remember. Well, what happened was they cut teams.
Yeah.
And the
that's
fact
what it
that they
was.
cut
Cut
teams.
teams.
Yeah,
screwed
the
us.
point they didn't change the point
It
scale.
didn't change the point scale, and we couldn't win because even though
Yeah.
we we were 5 minutes ahead, I think,
Yeah.
of the second place team or something
Yeah.
like that. Because
Yeah, second
'Cause of the
place
squat
just
clean.
runs in my blood, man. Like my whole stupid. I don't even have a trophy case, but if it would, it'd just be silver and polish of silver everywhere. Stupid.
what was that? I don't even remember the name of that
It
competition.
was
Iron
Iron
Eagle.
Eagle.
Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle.
Come
Did
on,
you do
talk.
it? Did you do it?
Yeah, I think
were you with?
me and Jake Harrington did it.
Yeah,
remember
team.
Jake?
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember.
yeah, I
team.
remember Jake.
Yeah, there was
Tall
a
guy.
yeah.
Whatever happened to
I
him?
think we took second. He's in the Air Force.
No, we took second.
No. We took second in the teen division.
Oh, in the team.
Yeah.
They had a
The squad
team
clean.
division?
Yeah.
What, were there like 4 teams?
yeah. It's probably 3 teams.
Yeah, probably.
He's in the Air Force.
Oh.
His dad just retired
Oh, nice.
like last week.
What is it?
Mitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
Okay,
crazy.
but the burnout story.
Come on, the burnout story is
Come
so
on.
good.
I mean, dude, you guys are gonna make me cry like for real. And all that.
We already talked about this the
So
other day. You can just
the
read
burnout
it.
story. I mean,
It wasn't necessarily burnout. It was donuts.
donuts. Yeah. So when we got the newest Mayhem, the one that
current.
current Mayhem. So it's just wide open warehouse building and stuff. So I was up there helping Senior do like lighting or like something like that. Like I was just kind of helping him out, but there was nothing in there. It was completely wide open concrete.
Other than some beams and
yeah,
random
beams.
places.
Yeah, beams. Rich's name on the building. You know, keys and stuff. But anywho,
and a big garage door that you can fit a Bronco in.
And a big garage door. So senior and I like get done. And I'm just kind of looking. I go, man, this is like really cool. Like you look at like you walk in those warehouses where it's like a go-kart and like facility, and it's like you're just looking at like smooth concrete. It's like glass. And I'm sitting there. I go, man, I got a '91 Bronco. Wow.
Wow. This is perfect.
And then senior's sitting there too, and you know he's usually the one that's always in for like like a good time. And go, hey, would it be all right if I just drove my Bronco in there and just did a donut or two?
Hey, I was there for this. You know that, right?
Were you there for this?
Yeah.
Nice.
I had a video. I had a video of it.
You have the video?
I don't have the video. I probably deleted it because I was scared.
You were gonna be in trouble,
dude. So so I was like, hey, he goes, yeah, and so I hop in.
Kept the video.
Hop in, dude. I grip the steering wheel all tight. I'm sweating. My palms sweating.
Put your helmet on.
I probably turned on like Eminem or something like that, and I just hammered down in there. And I was going, and I see Senior just waving at me, but he's filming. So I was like, oh, cool, memories. And all of a sudden, like, this was on my birthday.
Might have been.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I vaguely remember this.
So you were doing something.
Probably getting ready for the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Vividly.
Yeah. But I think like that night, Jess and I like had like some friends over, like Josh and them and stuff, and all of a sudden like I like get this text, and it's from
Yvette.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I didn't. I thought Senior texted you.
No.
So
Yvette ran the gym.
Exactly.
Managed the gym
and then
for us
it was just
for
this
years.
long text, of like, hey, you shouldn't have done this, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. She goes, you need to
A
fix
verbal
this.
reprimand.
Yes. And
in Yvette tone, that just makes you feel this small.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, you know what?
Verbal reprimand.
You know what? I'm just gonna take matters in my own hands here, like I did a second ago, and completely do all that. But anyway, so I leave my party and go there, and I had a bucket of soap and a brush that I grabbed at the dollar store, and I'm just like freaking, Cinderella in there. And I'm just scrubbing, and as soon, the feeling of like where you start a project, you're like, dude, this will take me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I hit that first 10 scrubs, nothing moved. I go, oh, dude, nothing. Like there wasn't even a bit of rubber that pulled up. I go, oh God, Darren. And this is 27,000 square foot or 18,000
so much,
space,
whatever it is,
whatever that. And I'm just looking at all my tracks because I probably rode like 10 laps.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude. So I'm just in there. I'm like, all right, well, maybe if I make it look like I gave an effort.
She'll at least
She'll at least.
I can turn in my work.
Yeah. It's like, all right, maybe you did like okay. So I'm sitting there scrubbing. The whole time I'm like paranoid because I'm in this giant open warehouse at midnight, scrubbing. Yeah. And all of a sudden I look, and I think like Austin and like Todd and Josh and them were in the window waving and watching, and then they leave.
That sounds just like
they
that.
leave, like they're laughing at me, and then they leave, and
You're an idiot.
And then I probably sat in there for another like 10 minutes after like they left. I go, there's just no way. So
doesn't a tennis ball get that stuff up? Like if you have a tennis ball on a stick, you ever
know
see
that.
that?
We were putting rubber and turf down.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yvette
so-
wanted to teach him a lesson, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
Lesson
hey,
was
don't
suck.
do it again, which he wasn't going to do it again.
I
He was gonna have
couldn't.
an
The rubber,
opportunity,
yeah. You can't drive it in there like with the rubber.
so, like,
That'd
he
be
even
stupid.
brought in, like, a diamond, like
Mike from the Ford dealership and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I forgot how I got talking with him and stuff. But I was like, yeah, I gotta go to the gym and I gotta pull up this road. He goes, oh, dude, hold on. So he brings over this buffer with a diamond cutter blade on the bottom, and he's in there just hammering down on this thing. And I'm in the back, like we tried everything. And then they're like, oh yeah, the rubber's coming in tomorrow, and they're gonna cover it up.
I think Yvette just wanted to teach you a lesson.
Lesson taught.
But
I remember
the funniest part about the whole deal is, what got him caught? Dad.
Yeah, he told him.
That's what I'm
Didn't
saying.
he
goes, hey-
post it to social media?
No.
He didn't post
He
it.
texted her.
No.
He said, hey, I just
No,
wanted to let
they
you
were-
know. Right? Because he texted Yvette.
No. Him and Yvette were at like or like.
He's like, hey, look
yeah,
what Darren
yeah,
did.
exactly.
Oh.
They're at like some like kind of get together.
Yvette's hang up was insurance.
Yeah.
If he would have hit one of those pillars, blah blah blah. Like, I
Which,
get
yes,
it.
was I
get it,
in the
but
wrong?
It was
I
still
100%
it
agree.
was still funny.
But man.
The whole story now is hilarious. At the time,
Looking back, I can just laugh like my dead dog taking second. This.
Yeah, I think I
Tennessee's
heard
just-
about like you getting in trouble. And I'm
Tennessee's
like,
just a bunch of heartbreak. I wasn't there.
Angela's in the passenger seat.
there.
Yeah, what are you
Well,
just showing?
I don't know.
You were just always there.
Always, I'm always there.
Yeah,
Always there.
you're in the bathroom.
Bathroom.
I mean,
non-existent bathroom.
Darren's probably one of the more instrumental people in your fitness upbringing.
Career?
Actually, yeah. You know?
What do you mean like that, though?
I mean, you
Like,
wouldn't
as far
let him
as,
lift
like-
a barbell over 95 pounds for like 6 years. There was
A week of meals delivered to your door. Lately, I've been ordering a la carte options like bison burgers, salmon, turkey burgers, potatoes, and chopped chicken. Trifecta also has prepared meal plans to choose from, like paleo, clean eating, Whole30, and keto. Get 40% off of your first order and 100% off convenience at www.trifectanutrition.com/Rich Froning.
No, that had nothing. That wasn't Darren.
It wasn't Darren.
That wasn't Darren. Ben put that out there. He's fishing. I know he's fishing.
Where's he
We
at?
did have give me some coffee.
Oh.
Please. We did have a rule on you for the first probably year or two, until you mastered technique on stuff. You could not lift a barbell over 95 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, and I honestly think the hard part for me is that Angelo was almost better than me.
Lifting for sure.
At like 12 years old. So I'm like, all right, I don't want this kid lifting anything heavier than me.
I remember in my
It's a
intro
rule of thumb
class,
as a coach. You don't let your athlete get better than you. Otherwise, they become the coach.
I was in my intro
I'm the captain
class.
now.
The workout, one of the original workouts was knees to elbow or knee raises and what was it? Was it wall balls? It was wall ball.
Yeah,
knee raises 5 and 10.
Well, the
10
first
rounds,
one,
maybe?
the first one was 7 minutes of 7 wall balls, 7 burpees.
And that just crushed people.
His cardio was just through the roof.
Tyler Peak died on that workout.
But yeah, no, and then
Five
I
and
think
10
we
for 5 rounds, maybe.
It was something like that. Yeah,
I can't remember it exactly, but I remember I could do toes to bar, and Darren was like, I was like coming like this close to doing toes
I was
to
like,
bar.
no, you can't.
And he's like, no, you're not gonna
Not
do
even
it.
close.
He goes, no, I think you need to work on something else. And I'm like doing like
knocked him off the bar.
He
Yeah.
goes,
Sit-ups.
No.
Yeah, you got to develop your core. you got no stability. I can see it.
I can tell. I can tell. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. I was like, get him out of here. I know. And then what really like opened like my eyes too is like that this kid is actually really good. It was during the open when you did it RX at like 14. Like you were, I mean, you were using like you were using the adult weight.
It was that was 2013
Because it was like
the
overhead
open.
squat chest to bar or something like that, wasn't it? Like
No,
one of the workouts.
no,
or
that was-
or was that the next year?
That was next year. That was
Yeah.
in the teen division year. No.
Do you remember when you were not going to do the teen
Yeah.
division? Because you're like, that's stupid. They're not going to do anything,
And
blah,
we're
blah,
like,
blah.
They
And I'm, Angelo, why not
we
just do the
Grundler
teen
here?
division?
Like,
He's like, fine, I'll do it. And then wins the games.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
Yep.
I know. That's what.
Yeah, I was in. Yeah, after the first week, I was in first place in the open. Like, probably a good thing I'm doing this. Yeah, like, it's probably good. And then week 4, Castro's like, yeah, we don't know how we're gonna do it yet, but we're gonna bring the teens to the games. And everyone's like, just looking at me like, you idiot. And there were a lot of kids in my shoes who kind of just like didn't do that. I had talked to kids since then. I don't remember who they are, but they were my age. And they're like, dude, I didn't want to do it. And then when they announced that the teens were going to the games, they're like, oh my gosh, they felt like idiots.
We messed up.
I know, it's crazy.
The first year of the Open that I did was 2013, and it was the workout with 150 wall balls, 90 double unders, 30 muscle ups. And Jake Locker was my judge, and I did.
Did he get in the way of camera the whole time and stand there with him?
I did probably
Good.
250 wall balls because the 20-pound wall ball, I couldn't throw it high enough. And so he would just give me no rep. He'd be like, no rep. Like every third or fourth one, I would get a good rep. I couldn't throw it high enough.
Oh, man.
Let me see. I'll find the picture of me and Jake. You can tell it's Jake by the way he's standing.
Just over top of you.
Just like this.
It's like, oh, exactly. Just like
completely
just totally relaxed.
Yep. Completely unmotivated.
That's awesome. That is.
Did you ever coach Angelo at the games?
Yes. I'm so glad you said that.
Oh, good. All right.
Because the first year that I went to the games in 2015.
So he was supposed to be coaching both of us?
Yeah, Darren was going to be my coach because I started early in 15.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay,
was he still here?
So he was retired off of.
Exactly.
He wasn't there with me anymore. He didn't want to. Yeah.
So
I was like, Rich.
but you were still there, and you guys started later in the week. We started on Tuesday, and Darren got there Monday or whatever, and I didn't see him until I didn't see him.
Darren.
I didn't see him until right before the last event.
Was he in the vendor village the whole time?
No, he was in the hospital with his poison ivy.
Hey, that was
Remember?
So remember, I had it. So it it was wow. See, now thank you for at least saying that, because I'm sitting there and go, dude, was I really that bad? And then I'm like, oh yeah, there was a reason.
He showed up and like he goes, hey, so how's it going? I go, well, I already got it locked up. You know, I got one more event and it's already locked up.
We did great. We did great. We did it.
Such a good Darren coaching story
My first
early
year.
on.
Yeah. How'd you do, buddy?
Darren is so much more like
I'm
coachly now than he ever
Oh,
was.
yeah.
Like when we were at semifinals, I'm like, hey Darren, let's go to the affiliate to work out. He's like, Paige, you know, she's gonna go at 11 o'clock. I'm like, we're done. We can be done right at 10:30 and be there. And she's like, no, you know, she really needs me. And I'm like, who the hell are you? I'd be like, hey Darren, we got to get up in the morning.
Rich
He's
would
like,
be like, hey Darren, I need food. Okay, got it. Darren, can you make sure this is in my bag? Or Darren, can you get this out of my bag? It's not like, hey Darren, how do I do this workout? I mean, yeah, it wants stuff like that. So it's like, all right, Rich, you don't need me to sit here and like do this.
I
And
just
plus-
needed you, Darren.
Plus, like,
needed you.
I mean, like a lot of people don't understand the stress about it. Like even like Rich probably on the side watching it. Like when you're not when you're not doing it, but you're watching it. Like
It's
the
worse.
stress of it,
It's
dude,
worse.
is insane. Like I understand. Like my dad never watched us wrestle our whole life.
Oh, really?
Like anytime
Just
that,
so
like
stressful.
he would always be there. But as soon as like we stepped down the mat to go wrestle, he was out of the gym. He like couldn't do it, and I never understood it until now. Like it, well,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
yeah. I would say until like I started being around him, like I would never really go out on the stadium and watch him. Like there were times I did here and there, but like if it was a stressful time, like hey, you got to win this or you got to do this.
It's hard to
I
watch.
was in the back and I was like on a TV.
Yeah.
You know that, and there was
Except for
AC
that-
and food.
Except for
but-
that time, what we talked about on the podcast, where you were like, you got to go. When I had it locked up.
You gotta go.
Pick it up.
So what's the
just
deal
gotta
with the
win.
poison ivy? What was
So we were out at the what was the place we'd always go? The river. We'd always go.
Waterloo.
Yes, there it is. Yes,
You had
Napoleon.
to go to the hospital in
So remember,
LA?
we were climbing back up. It was
Me, you, and Steven?
Yeah, we were climbing
And who else?
back up, and I reached, and I remember it vaguely. That looked, I'm like, man, that looks like poison ivy. But I remember I was trying to get up the falls, and afterwards I washed everything off, but I never washed like anything here. And the oil gets on you if you don't get it right away. And like for me, I get poison ivy just by looking at
me
it.
too.
Did you get it the other day riding, by the way?
We'll know in a couple
I'll
days.
probably have
Still
it in a
that
couple
long,
days.
huh?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
probably have it a couple days from riding yesterday.
But so, yeah, I remember waking up, and all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, no, it's happening. Because I started to feel the itch, and then all of a sudden, you just keep itching.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, all right, take it slow. So then I went and found one of the, emergency
care or
clinics
something,
or
yeah.
something. Yeah, urgent care clinics. They gave me a shot and stuff. And sleeping's the worst. Because sleeping's the worst because you're asleep, but you still could be itching.
Yeah.
And I had the rash all down my side. I had it all
On
here.
your
I have
arms,
scars.
yeah.
There's scars there from it and stuff. I had it on my hand. And yeah, I'm
think
showing
I-
up to Angelo. My head's
I think I
wrapped up.
remember
I'm
you were
like-
just covered in calamine lotion.
Yeah, I was.
just
I was
lotion
I
on.
don't remember that.
Yeah.
That was 15?
Yeah.
15.
That was
Yeah.
the first year team for us.
That was when you
Yeah,
broke
man.
up with your girlfriend.
No, a different year. A different year.
All right, sorry.
Here's a picture.
I just
by
thought
the
we were
way.
calling out people.
You can tell it's Jake.
Put that on there when you see it and do a
send it to
he's
you?
gonna send it to you and do a then versus now. It's the exact same stance.
Why is Jake's shirt off?
And why is his shirt off?
This dude is a Wild West back. That's 2013.
Dude, this year, every video where Jake coached, he was either in front of the clock. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
not coached.
judged us,
was
yeah.
either in front of the clock or in front of the person or another person doing the movement. The team got docked because Jake was standing in front of the
Yeah.
girls. It was all,
He's standing perfectly. They're doing shoulder overhead, and he's covering them like a silhouette, just perfectly covering their whole movement.
they really do put a lot of pressure on you now, like judging though,
yeah.
because now the fact you got to be in frame, but you can't block
Yeah.
anything, like you said, it's hard to counter rep.
It's hard,
and
yeah.
actually know, hey,
And then
I
they
gotta
tell
make
you-
sure this is a legit rep.
They tell you where you're really supposed to stand, like
Yeah.
at the quarter angle or whatever. It's like
Yeah.
it
it's,
was funny. Jake,
Yeah.
That picture looks just like Jake.
I sent in the group.
It's so good. What have you noticed different about Paige from being in Michigan to here?
Yeah, so you
Have
know,
you coached her while you've been here?
I mean,
A little bit.
yeah. You know, I mean, like always, like just kind of like check in because like when I'm up there, it's not like I
Yeah.
coach her and
Yeah, I
stuff.
know,
I'm like,
so
hey, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you workouts. You know, like just basically change things up, and I want you to see like which one fits. To go ask Rich if you like these look good, make some changes, or things like that. But You know, like when JJ and I were like working out with her, and like that was on the downfall of my fitness like run, you know, because like I mean, like I was done as far as like.
And she's beating the hell out of you.
Oh my gosh, dude, she was getting good, and kind of like Angela's situation, I have to hold her back because I'm like, I don't want you better than me.
The best was I was up there right around this time. She was kind of early on. She hadn't moved down yet, and we were doing a workout. You know how like we'll do like, all right, we'll do 6 to 8 rounds right before we start the workout. Well, we get to like 4, and Darren's like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's probably.
And I'm like, you know, usually we end up towards the 8.
Yeah,
Darren was like, I'm good with 4.
Yeah.
And just backs out. I'm like,
number.
wait, what?
Yeah, Paige, JJ,
So
keep it going.
I knew something was up.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like seriously, I was like, I mean like JJ, you know, was fit and stuff, but it's like she was at
works
that
a full-time
point.
job.
Exactly, works a full-time job, doing all this stuff. I was like, she needs more, and that's exactly like what the sport is at. You got to surround yourself. Like we talk about, you can't supplement a good training partner or a good training team. You know, coaches are there, you know, and stuff, but it's like to have that group. I go, you got to move to Mayhem. You know, as much as that hurt me, as far as like, you know, me admitting that I couldn't be enough. Yeah. But it's like you need a lot more.
Well, there's just way more. I think, you know, coaches are definitely important, but I think the training environment,
100%.
You know, the training partners are way more important.
Exactly,
in
and like
opinion.
you actually develop that like competitive like atmosphere. I mean, like JJ and I beat her up mentally enough where I like knew that she was ready. I mean, you know, because of like our style of play. It's like, hey, you're good, but you really do suck, or you know, stuff like that, or hey, you can be better in this, and. You know, like the constant back and forth. So I was like, all right, she's ready to go down there with like Rich and them.
Yeah, she can take it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would not send just anybody down there and like stuff like that. That's not mentally strong.
Into the fire.
And luckily, the way Paige's family is, she's got a great family. Their humor's great with it. They you know, they mesh well. So I was like, it's perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, no, she's fitting great.
So,
Her
yeah.
and Bailey get along well and train well together.
Yeah. And it's great because
Off-season,
I don't
they're
have
a
to
little
work
bit
out
different,
as hard either.
Yeah.
So it really,
You don't have to leave your house now.
I was like,
Yeah,
phew.
thank God. Get her out of here.
Like the next day she was gone, JJ and I's faces, you could just see the sigh of like relief, like, wow.
We can do whatever we
Yeah,
want
wow.
now.
Way less stress.
Yeah, you want a bench?
Yeah.
Want to do some rowing bench?
It's a workout for fun instead of for training.
It is, man, because I was doing like overhead squats.
Oh, man.
I was like, I
You
don't
guys
do
are-
overhead squats.
Did you get these titles?
Some of them.
What?
The winningest coach in history. That's a good one.
Depends on who you ask.
Who do you ask?
No, I don't know. Exactly.
Hey,
I don't even know
who
what
has
that
the
is.
most gold medals as a listed coach at the CrossFit
Well, none
Games?
are in my closet, so I don't know. But
Probably.
They're all in my closet.
yeah, they're all in your
But
closet.
I'm saying listed coach.
Yeah, listed coach.
Oh, Shane.
Oh yeah, Shane's probably
got you.
right past you now.
Bastard.
Because you didn't coach them as a
USA.
team that many times or what?
USA, American born, which matters.
The winningest coach in American history.
Yeah.
In American history, yeah. Use that.
He coached us was our coach for a couple teams, weren't
Yeah,
you?
teams.
Okay,
And,
so maybe
and,
you're tied.
and also I was Angela's registered
and mine,
coach.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Angela's.
When I had my poison ivy run.
and
Yeah.
and competing, you got a silver and a 4th.
Yeah, and the Iron Eagle second. Let's
And
see.
Fresh
Jess,
Coast
Jess
second.
and I did just win the Synchro de Mayo
Yeah.
couple
Yeah.
competition up in
I
Michigan.
saw that.
It was third biggest next
Got
to
the
the
monkey
games.
off your back now.
Yeah.
The fittest, you know.
Yeah.
Fittest, or well, what is it? What are we doing? Fresh Coast.
Fresh Coast, yeah.
Me and
Which
you,
I
me and
took
you were going
second.
ahead.
Which
That's what I
took
just said.
second.
You missed that one. I missed that jab.
Who's your teammate, Darren?
It's Jeff and Tim.
Oh,
Jeff,
yeah,
I make
yeah,
the pro
yeah.
and Tim Sanchez, yeah.
I know Jeff. I don't think
Yeah.
Tim was here for
the Masters.
Would I know him?
qualifiers.
Yeah.
Quarterfinals.
Yes.
So I would recognize
Yeah,
him.
yeah, and he also did the big Masters comp that you guys hosted.
yeah.
He was here
Yeah,
for
okay.
it. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so
good guys.
they'll be solid against
Yep.
me, Jay Webb, and Swift.
yeah, I gotta try it, dude. I'm doing a 3-rep clean and jerk.
Oh, God.
So
So
one of
am I,
the-
but I'm not in any type of strength
Fittest
shape.
man in
Yeah.
history, and like me, you know, yeah. So it's like, so am I.
I'm
Like
in bike
Crimea
shape.
River, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I know. Like, so get this. The first one. So there's 3 people. The first one, you can choose a 1-rep max snatch. I'm out. Second one
What do you
is
think you
snatch is
could? What do you
good.
think you could? What could you win a max snatch right now?
So actually,
He could do 225.
you could do
230.
225.
I did,
Under the lights.
I did do 225, but but I
Like
think
this.
yeah, exactly. Catch there, shaking,
Gosh.
shaking like a man with Tourette's here. But seriously, and then the next one is a 2-rep thruster.
Oh yeah,
I'm out.
Screw that.
I'm out.
Which so that was the one I wanted. I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? I could probably actually push that. I can't squat, but
Yeah,
I
you
can
pretty
press.
good. Yeah, you can press.
But I can press, and then
Not
a
me.
3-rep clean and jerk, like touch and go clean and jerk.
Touch and go.
Yeah,
gotta be
that's
touch
the one
and
I
go.
got to do.
Oh, that sucks.
We were looking at all the math, and Jay Webb was
Yeah.
like, I can snatch about 215, and then I can touch and go clean and jerk 200. So looks like I'm doing touch and
Yeah.
go clean and jerk. It's not good. It's not good at all. But
So yeah,
What is
first,
the event?
first
what is-
event's
yeah, what
like
are the
a
events?
bike, a 100 cal bike. Is that what it is? 100 cal
Something like
bike,
that,
50
yeah.
burpees over a log or something.
And
run a
then-
mile in the sand.
yeah,
or
run a
something.
mile in the sand, like a 200-meter run, like in the
water. Wade like
Yeah,
a Baywatch
ooh.
run or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the second one is the lift.
How's that workout go? The 100 cal, is it split?
Yeah, split.
And then
So
50
it seems
burpees
split.
synchro, I imagine.
yeah,
and
synchro
then
over.
run together.
Run together.
Yeah.
So
whatever.
that one's just hammer, like
so-
hammer through that, and then
Yeah.
Then after that's the lift, but it's like 1 minute, 2 minute,
1 minute,
3 minute.
yeah, 1 minute here, 1 minute here, 1 minute here. Then
You have
it
3
resets.
attempts.
Yep.
And then
Oh.
straight from that, you do it. It's an 8-minute AMRAP, which is it's a relay of I do 6 power snatch at 115, 12 toes to bar. Partners each do that. Come back, load weight, 6 reps, touch and go clean and jerks at 165, 12 chest to bar. Load the weight after everybody does all 3, or each does around 36 deadlifts at
Yeah, something like that.
255, I think.
Yep.
And then max bar muscle ups in the remaining time for 8 minutes.
So
We
hang
did
on.
it the other day and did 59 bar muscle ups.
How do you get to the bar muscles together? So
You basically you relay through the first.
Yeah,
Each person does a round of the first thing, and then you chip away at the
chip away
36
that-
deadlifts,
So like 12 to
and then in the
12 or
remaining
something.
time you have bar muscle
Okay.
ups.
Yeah.
We did it with changing our weights and
yeah.
all that, but we'll see. Who knows what the transitions will be?
Yeah.
What do you got, Scott?
When is
Oh,
that?
and then the finals like some single unders with a heavy rope, rope climbs, and worm thrusters with 3-person
Oh,
worm.
cool.
Are either of your teams a podium threat?
I don't know. Darren's team got
Second
podium last
place.
year.
Yeah. Yeah. Second
Isn't there a
place.
video you
so
doing
better-
muscle ups
better watch
barefoot last year?
Yeah, dude. So that was the first time that I did muscle ups in years. I mean, like seriously, the only time that I do a muscle up is either doing the affiliate
Ring or
video.
bar?
Bar, yeah. But
You
like
do bar more often than
oh,
ring?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah. But like ring, just catching,
Hurts.
like my pec.
It
Oh, yeah.
hurts.
Yeah, it does, dude.
Your
it
pec
does.
still bothers you?
Yeah.
What was that
like
from? What was the first time it
Pegboard,
did?
right?
Pegboard.
Pegboard.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
We're doing pegboard, and I remember going like this, and I felt the flick.
Was that the year?
Yeah.
Was that the year at regionals where I told you to get off the bar?
That was the exact same.
Oh,
way.
so good. I tried to rewatch it the other day, and they don't show
They
you
don't
guys.
show it.
They don't show Darren doing like.
Darren's supposed to take the crux of the workout.
I've never kipped in my life.
I think we've talked about it before on
yeah,
this podcast.
yeah, you guys probably had, but I gave a
Darren's supposed to
CrossFit
take, Darren's damn good on a bar,
Yeah.
like on a pull-up bar, doing pull-ups,
Anything.
doing
Any
chest to
clean
bar,
grip,
doing anything.
yeah.
He's
So-
fast,
so I
anything.
thought, man.
And so he's supposed to take, it was a
It
ton
was
of,
toes to bar. I think it was toes to bar, then chest to bar.
and
Yeah.
then,
No,
overhead-
sorry. It was handstand
But it-
push-ups, then chest to bar. One person's hanging.
No,
No, it was toes to bar.
Yeah, it
Toes
was
to bar. Because we already did
yeah,
handstand
one person
push-ups.
always had to be hanging
Yeah.
while the other was working.
One's
It was
resting.
one
One's
person
resting.
rotation.
And he was supposed to do a ton of chest to bar.
Yeah.
Well, we do the toes to bar, and we get up there to do the chest to bar, and Darren is supposed to kick it off and do like 50, I think, or something
I think
like
you
that.
did it. Yeah, I think it was 40 or
Yeah,
50.
yeah.
He
Say
was
somewhere around
supposed
there.
to.
Yeah.
And then on like
I think
rep
he did like
4,
yeah,
he starts going.
kipping.
And I'm hanging there. And this workout is literally just all about
Yeah,
cycle
it's
rate.
go, it's
And
go.
then
And I
it was-
looked
it was
at him
finished
and
with
I'm
the-
like, I said, what are you doing?
I'm getting my second win.
Were you resting or hanging?
I was hanging,
He
resting.
was hanging.
And
He
I'm
was
looking at him.
He's like this.
And I said,
And I was
what
like,
are
"Hey,
you
Rich."
doing? And he's like, my shoulder. I was like, get down.
It's like, Rich, you're yelling at me again.
And so he got down.
Yeah, I got
And then
down.
me and Hewitt had to
rotated.
do the rest of the workout. And then Darren did all of his overhead squats on one arm, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird. I don't know. I really don't know what led up
You've
to
not
that.
rehabbed it or anything, I guarantee it.
I just stay away from muscle.
Do you guys remember after that workout? Do you remember the little incident that happened
Oh,
after
yeah.
the workout?
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember?
We
Okay,
got in
yeah,
a
yeah.
yelling match with.
Not necessarily a yelling match. It was
No, we got in a yelling match
yeah,
with several other teams.
No,
at first.
that's what I'm talking about. But
The first one
Was
was
it,
with OC3, and then the other one was with
Maximus.
Maximus.
Was it because of the women? Was
Yeah,
it
they
when
were
she
yelling
overhead
at-
squat?
they
they
were
were saying
yelling-
that Ellie's were no rep.
Oh yeah,
But
they were yelling at our
Nobody
judge.
was doing reps.
And then you guys were like, "Hey,
Class-
they've got a judge."
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Like, and he's yelling at Ellie,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
at Ellie, and I think Lindy and
Yeah.
Refit. And I'm like,
I remember,
Hewitt went off.
I remember Hewitt walked up to him, and I don't remember the guy's name, but he's like 6'2",
Yeah,
and
huge.
Hewitt's 5'8".
Yeah.
He walks to me and goes, "Hey, you listen here." And I'm like, I'm gonna see these guys fight.
It
in the
came
warm
down
area.
to like you don't yell at the girls.
Yeah, no,
and
no.
stay in your lane, whatever.
Exactly.
And then he came up and apologized.
He
was
did.
distraught.
Yeah, he did apologize. I remember that.
OC3 never did, but he was distraught, like crying, like apologized to Ellie. So
It's like
I remember. Yeah, I do remember him
I
apologizing.
had no
but
idea
I
you
was-
had a handicapped guy on your team.
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, Darren's over there with his arm like.
I'm over there just trying to reset my shoulder like Lethal Weapon.
Is it Ace Ventura when his arms are? When Darren's like,
shot.
"Hey, you listen here." And your arms aren't moving.
Get him, Hewitt.
oh, Darren.
Get him! I'm right behind you.
And then
Yeah.
at the games,
Yeah, I'm third. I'm gonna yell at him.
at the games when we had the squat snatch muscle up workout, and you did not hit one rep at 135 in the warm up area because you couldn't. Do you remember that? It was
Yeah.
basically
It was
Amanda.
me and Sam,
It was
yeah,
Amanda's
Amanda
27,
team.
28,
It was
27,
30. I think it was like 33,
27,
27.
21,
It was
and
a
you split it between
Yeah, me and Sam did this the other day, just the two of us.
and in the back we're warming up, and Darren did not hit one snatch at 135.
Catch and fail, dude.
Every single rep.
And all these athletes are looking at me. I go, "Hey, just wait
They're
till
like,
I
you
get
guys,
out there."
you guys are supposed to win.
We did win for the men. We won, and then
Yeah.
we end up losing.
And
that
remember
event,
though, that was like when I got no rep on muscle ups. It's like, dude, why are you no repping? Like, there's a picture of me. I'm a pencil stick.
Yeah.
In the air, like I am literally looking like a gold medalist out there doing these these muscle ups. I just see her at the bottom.
No,
I go, you gotta be shit.
we won.
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But I was just like, dude, why is this happening? I'm over here. I'm watching Angelo catching his little bird mouth, like this and stuff, and doing his little. And I'm like, I'm over here literally pausing.
Yeah. Rings turned out.
Yeah, rings turned out, and I'm iron
was
crossing.
When I first started, that was a standard. When you came down at the bottom of the muscle,
You had to
you had
flick
to
it.
flash them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah,
flash
you
them
always
out.
had to flash them out.
Flash them
Yeah.
out.
I know. I was like, come on, dude. You're just doing this just to do this now. Like,
But you didn't miss one when we got out there.
I did not miss
Yeah,
one.
not miss
no.
one. He did not hit. I'm telling you, he did not hit one snatch.
You know what's so funny though is because I think I got used to it doing strength with Rich because like we snatching Rich like, hey, we're working up to heavy single. Great, I'm gonna be out soon. And he'd be like, all right, 135. 185, 225, and I'm like, Rich, this is my max.
Yeah.
So literally,
I've
it'd be
done 2
135
reps.
for me. I hit it, barely catch 185, and then we're at 225. So
Miss it a couple
I would
times,
hit 3
maybe
lifts,
hit it,
like
yeah.
if
That's
you
your
know.
fault.
And then like Rich, like, all right, now we're going to 275. Like, Jesus Priest, man, come on. Give me a chance. Like, I'm over here doing deadlifts for reps with it because I'm tie break score.
I'm
or
just gonna
something.
deadlift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
gonna do
Yeah,
air
gonna
squats.
I'm doing
deadlift.
air squats.
Like,
Oh,
know.
Kurt, R.I.P. Kurt.
yeah.
If it, I'm
What
doing air
workout? Do you remember
squats.
that workout?
It was something.
It was cleans, I
It
think.
It was
clean-
deadlifts
it
or
was-
clean?
it
It
was
was
some- it was
cleans,
something that
cleans and
involved-
burpees
it
or
did.
something, right?
Yeah.
Cleans and burpees over
running
the bar.
too. I think there was like maybe a little run in there.
He's done that. He did that a couple times at work.
He was like, F
We were
it, I'm just
doing-
gonna do air squats. And so now anytime anything gets hard, we're like, F it, I'm just gonna do air squats.
I think we were doing kettlebell swings and double unders at work, and I think it was just the two of us. And he just like
back
F
blew
it.
up or something.
Yeah, no, F it. I'm just doing air squats. He was doing air squats and double unders. He was like laughing about it. He goes, "This is like my signature move. Quit do air squats."
It's like, Kurt, the workout hadn't even started yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just give it a second, man.
There's such a good video of us doing Barbara, which we renamed Cricket because we did one back and forth. That was Kurt's nickname.
That is such an underrated workout too.
Barbara's one of the worst. Remember, we almost
Barbara-
killed David Oakes.
Almost killed David Oakes. Like, I remember. Like even now, like I get sick like doing
Dude,
it. Just
the combo of pull up, if you kip the pull ups,
Yeah.
it's hard still doing it strict.
Yeah.
If you kip the pull ups
yeah,
and
if
the
you
ab mat
actually give the
sit-ups,
intensity
yeah.
to it, oh my gosh, man, like
it's awful.
it wrecks me.
When the Kathy boys, the first time they ever came down and they dropped into the gym, this is when I was starting to get pretty good. The workout was Angie, right? 100.
Yep.
And I think Troy was like really close to making regionals that year. I didn't know this. And then maybe he did the next year. I was like, this is a good workout for me. And so I'm going through the pull-ups. And I think maybe when we were warming up, I was like, this guy's good. And so I'm like, I'm gonna beat him.
Smash him.
Yeah.
And so I do huge sets on the pull-ups, and I get to the push-ups, and I like can't straighten my arms because my biceps are so messed up.
What
I
was
think
the one day? What did you max out? You remember? Like you max out your
85.
85.
85 pull ups.
Yeah, just
85
chin over
pull-ups,
bar.
yeah.
Oh, chin over bar.
And I start doing the push-ups, and I do like 2 or 3, and I like fall. And I finish the workout, and then I my arms were swollen. I didn't do anything for a week.
Oh, crab dough.
I didn't do anything for a week. I was like, oh my gosh. I just remember the feeling of the push-up. I couldn't do a push-up because my biceps. I go, that can't be good.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
It's
You're
like,
good.
it hurts so bad.
good.
And he smashed me, of course. He smashed me.
In any of those workouts, it's all about the push-ups.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, if you can get through the push-ups, like, if you can be good on push-ups, those I shouldn't say those workouts are nothing, but that's where everybody gets
that's
caught.
where usually people get
That's where
caught.
everybody gets caught.
This next talking point says alternate reality where Darren wins the CrossFit Games and Rich has no wins like Darren.
Different goals require different nutrition. For years, I felt best when intermittent fasting. But in the thick of games training, I began adding in breakfast, and now mountain biking is requiring to increase calories again. RP Strength and the RP Diet app guided my nutrition every time. RP Strength provides a year of nutrition guidance for $89.99. That's less than $8 a month. www.rp.app/code/Froning for a year of RP Strength for only $89.99.
We did talk about that one time.
Yeah.
We want to make that like parody video where you like,
Yeah,
we go back, we flash back to that
flashback,
day.
yeah.
We flash back to that day where I'm like, hey, Darren, I'm going to sign up for the CrossFit Games. And you're like, yeah, me too. And you actually do
It's
it.
me just, at
And
home.
then you wake up in my shoes and I wake up in your shoes.
It should be like you guys like
It's
sitting on the
in a
front porch
dumpster.
just like talking.
Yeah.
And then just like it like flashes back.
Rich is scrubbing the gym floor. And like,
You walk into the gym and it's just pictures of Darren everywhere. And just take my face off of all of them and put Darren's face. Man, it was such a miss on us for not getting that done. I've said it from the beginning. If Darren would have signed up, he would have done really well. And then if he would have just stuck at it, but he just didn't care.
I mean, like strength. Yeah, I know. I mean, like as much as I joke about it, that's the way that I always looked. It's just like I tell people, I was never an individual person. I just didn't like that.
Yeah, you can't.
I did not enjoy that part of it.
I hate the people when people say like to somebody like, dude, you could be so good at this. Like, yeah, maybe I don't want to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And exactly. Like, I mean, like that was it. I was like, I just didn't have that in me.
Yeah.
And plus, like watching what it took too.
Yeah.
It's like the amount of time that you have to devote to that, and there was no way that I could even coach.
Yeah.
And plus, who the hell is going to coach me?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, no, I preached that Darren would have been pretty solid because when we first started, anything sub 10 minutes, I would win. Anything longer than 10 minutes, Darren would win.
And then anything with gymnastics
time. And
for
anything
the
with
entire
gymnastics.
time he was training.
If it was like gymnastic type, and if it was like moderately light,
Or
like
if he
barbell
cared.
psych,
Yeah, if you care,
I
I
would
mean-
say if I was mad or like wanted to go, then I could flip.
Dude,
a switch.
I still have the video of Darren doing 10 sets of 3 squat clean on the 130 or 2 minutes at 285. No belt, just in the back of the gym. Like as soon as we got into the new Mayhem.
That was that. That
I don't
was
think
the
I could
peak.
do that now.
That was the peak of my strength there.
It was
but
crazy.
that was about everything I had.
What was more enjoyable for you, Darren? Was it the team with Ted or the team with Rich? The whole year,
Ted
not just
has
the
to.
games experience.
Dude, hold on. Let me preface this whole thing.
Well, hang on.
Darren, hold on. Darren and Angelo were supposed to be on a team with Ellie and Kristen.
Yep.
We had brought in Tasia for a 6-person
brought in
team. In the
Ellie
middle
out.
of it, they cut the teams that year to 4s. And so
brought
we
in
took
Kristen.
the best team. That was an awful day trying to figure out how
I
that was
remember.
all going to work.
I remember I think you had texted me and Darren, and we kind of had an idea that
Darren
we were
was
gonna
like,
do
hey,
it.
I'm good. I'm out.
I was
And
like-
Angelo was
I was
like,
like,
hey, I'll
Rich,
be on a team
I'm
with
your
Darren.
cousin.
And then you guys had the meeting, and I'm like, I don't want to be anywhere near that
No,
meeting.
and
That
so
sucks.
it was awful. And so Ellie was going to be on a team with Angelo and Darren, and then we were bringing in
Independence.
Kristen Miller.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that
which-
was that the first year that
Yeah,
we
it's
did
the first year.
Independence.
Yeah,
like,
it would have
yeah.
been a great team. In the middle of it, Angelo's back.
Yeah,
Yeah, was it? Back?
Yeah.
because that's when your disc.
Yeah, my back. Yeah, like
He didn't
was
wanna
told by
compete
some
anymore.
docs. Oh yeah, but I was told by some doctors, and I believed them. Basically, I believed some stuff that not necessarily wasn't true, but more so like I look at it from the perspective of the doctors now. Is like they have an insurance thing. They have to tell you something.
Yeah,
they have to tell you, hey,
something.
dude, you can't work out for their insurance. And I'm like, they're basically scaring me. I'm 18 at the time. I don't know better. Knowing what I know now
was like,
probably
Angelo,
would
can
have
they
been
tell me
fine
that?
if I would have taken a few weeks off and like
Come back.
really rehabbed as smart. But go ahead.
So Angelo's like, well, I'm out. Well, we'd had Kristen move down, and Darren, our alternate was Ted. Ted has never competed. Ted is awesome dude,
Awesome, dude.
but never competed. And so Darren's like, well, all right, we're done.
Yeah, I was so happy.
And the girls were
Yeah,
kind of, the girls were.
I remember I was sitting there and
got
Darren's like,
Angel's
all right,
got
so
this.
yeah, I guess we're just not doing it, right? Rich is like, wait a
I'm
minute.
like, no, dude. We brought Kristen down
like, we'll see you
here.
later.
Ellie, like, we told
like,
Ellie there was going to be a team.
Angela,
and
let me
Darren's
call-
like,
yeah.
no, they can both do individual regionals. And blah. Darren's just trying to bow
I
out.
remember just like, he's like, all right, yeah, I guess we're all done here. And
Yeah.
it's like,
My
wait
back
a
hurts
minute.
too.
Wait a minute.
And so I'm like, no.
Wait a minute.
Ted. And Darren, at first, Darren's like,
Yeah.
no, Ted.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, Darren was like, all right, Ted.
Yeah.
And
you know
I'm
what?
like, no, Ted.
Ted was the perfect guy for that situation.
Perfect.
Because
He'll do
Ted,
anything.
Ted would do anything for you,
Anything.
which is what makes Ted one of the best teammates ever. Like as much as I did
Best
love,
human being
it is. As much as I love being on a team like with Rich, and it was great to be like, hey, if I can't do it, I know that like Rich can. But it's like, hey, if I don't want to do this,
Ted will.
Ted will.
Figure it
Hey,
out.
Ted, you're going to take the front of the worm.
Every
Okay,
time.
Darren, you think I can?
Hell yeah, you can.
Okay, Darren.
No doubt in my mind, Ted. Yeah. But no, I mean, but like seriously, and like he would like do that stuff. And like what was good is I was a good vocal point of that.
You were a
because,
good
like,
leader
where-
of that team
yeah,
vocally
exactly.
and could like,
where
you
like,
know how
I
to
could
motivate
direct.
people, yeah.
Yep.
And Ted would
Kill himself.
kill himself.
He would.
He
And-
would from
Destroy
minute one
himself.
till minute whatever. He would be in the pain cave.
He
the best
would.
is him running across the finish line after that.
Just
box
totally
jump
drunk.
over.
Dude,
or-
and the legs are just like the
Everywhere.
Yeah, the legs,
he fell for 40 yards
He did.
and somehow stayed up.
He did.
Man, Ted.
But
that was-
yeah, I mean, and like one of my favorite moments, like at the game, and you know, I remember like we're going out to do the 1 rep max snatch.
Yeah.
And of course, like our team's strength, that was not a good
strength.
event. Exactly. It's like, you know, Rich and them are gonna pull out like a 300 or like something like that. 10. You know, I mean, like,
missed 300.
okay, sorry.
I hit 290.
Well, geez, well. Anywho, I hit 240.
We're just counting.
So, you know, hey, you know, tomato. But you know, like Ted, all of us are standing in line, you know, and the whole time you can see like Ellie, Kristen, because you know, again, they were smaller girls as well with strength, and like they just knew, and like Ted, you know, we're quiet, and Ted just goes, you know, guys, I'm really having a great time, and we all started laughing. I go, man, Ted, that's awesome. Like he was so serious, and it was so heartfelt.
Oh, he's so serious.
I go, wow, this kid is enjoying it like this. I go,
Oh, dude.
yeah.
He didn't enjoy it after.
Yeah.
It was like a week after, and he comes up to me. He's like, hey, I don't think I'm going to compete next year. And I'm like, Ted.
He literally gave it his all.
I said, Ted.
You had a great season.
I said, you had a great season. I said, we're going to take a couple months. And, you know, because I would get right back
yeah,
into
but
working
you
out.
don't,
Not
you don't
training, but
necessarily,
working
yeah, if you
out.
don't think about like the next season yet.
No,
You just
like,
start working out
I start thinking about the next season. What sucks is about for years is winning was expected. So it wasn't a like celebration. It was a relief.
Yeah.
You know, like winning was a relief for like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Ted had never gone through that grind, and the games is one thing, but the grind leading up to the games is
That's the
is-
whole. That's the
level.
whole thing.
it's daunting.
Yeah.
And so we finished, and Ted was just like, hey, you know, he pulls me aside. He's like, you know, I talked to my mom, and and I think I'm done competing. I was like, Ted, man, like, you know, if we want to get a team together for
dude,
next
don't
year, I
make
said,
that
hey,
decision
we
yet.
got like
23 years old.
we have
man.
like
You're okay.
3 or 4 months before we need to start figuring this out. And he's like, no,
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
done.
That's it.
And I'm thinking, Ted, I said, hey,
It's in the middle of
give
church.
it a
Like,
month.
Hey, Rich, come over here.
Yeah.
No, it was right back here. I remember it vividly. I'm like, hey, give it a month or two, and we'll talk about it. And he's like, no, I'm done.
Oh, I'm out.
Rich, hear me.
So he was done.
Did I stutter?
Sorry.
And that was the end
Didn't
of
you
Ted's.
say like you guys would he'd come in the morning and you guys would do a really hard workout and then he would just peace out, like Irish goodbye?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
After
he'd be
after
like,
you
I
got
got
done
class
throwing
or
up,
something?
of course.
yeah,
He would just peace out.
Yeah, he would be.
Or
Well,
then
and
you remember the
ever
time
since-
we had to cut his hair? So like he didn't want to spend the money to cut his hair.
Yeah,
He's like,
so-
hey, talking to one of the girls, he's like, hey, will you cut my hair? And one of the girls like immediately takes his hair and is about to just slash off like Lloyd Christmas's bangs, and I'm like, whoa! I was like, give me the scissors.
Yeah.
At least I've seen
Rich is like, give
a
me the
dude's
bowl.
haircut.
Yeah.
And then we
Give me a bowl.
yeah, give me a bowl.
You're doing it wrong.
We can fix this.
Yeah.
And so, Ted, but yeah. And then a couple times Ted's like, hey, I'll compete on a team if you guys need me.
Yeah.
And I'm just
He
like,
is,
Ted,
he
I
is a
don't
great
know.
example, though, of a person that can flip a switch.
Oh my god.
Like,
Flip a
I'm like,
switch.
if you needed, like, say, like, Ted, it's been 5 years since you worked out. Ted, I need this workout in under 5 minutes. And it's, like, impossible.
Hey,
Ted's
I
like,
see
I
if
got it.
Ted will join JJ and Adam on their Fresh Coast team since Pat can't.
He would
do it.
He
Ben,
would flip a switch.
Ben, you want to go to Michigan?
Is this a work trip?
Yeah.
Like everything's paid?
JJ and Pat need a teammate for Fresh Coast.
He's like, Scott, can I?
You could work out a little bit and then film some with Scott.
When is
It's
it?
up to Scott.
I'll
July
talk to
15th.
Scott.
Let me marinate on it.
Okay.
And ask my wife.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
the main.
I just saw Ted
JJ,
that.
JJ and Adam need a teammate, and not like a super serious teammate. They want to have fun, but they want to.
Not somebody that's good.
Okay.
Are there any wall-facing handstand push-ups?
I gotta hope
No.
not.
Too soon?
Too soon.
What's too soon?
Too soon.
JJ couldn't do the wall-facing
Oh,
handstand
yeah.
push-ups.
No,
in 7 months.
JJ. No, there's no wall facing handstand push-ups. It's Pat.
Yeah, we checked.
Pat can't do it. His knee.
Yeah, knee problems,
Yeah.
The
One of
old
those.
Froning Finn knee problems. Glass knees.
Yeah.
And by glass, I mean shards of glass in your knee.
In your knee.
What else we got? Borderline stories. I don't know. We have plenty of borderline stories.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I feel like there's just so many that just like go with like, what either happened like in the gym or, like stuff like that. I mean, hell, from what we said last podcast, me stuttering, losing a race,
We usually
touch base with my animals dying.
We usually get a little too competitive
Yeah.
on non-CrossFit things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Way too competitive, actually.
Handball.
That's just our
Handball is.
Yeah, there's some fights like that almost break out
Yeah.
unnecessarily.
Yeah, and it's but again, I that goes back to just being competitive and also
Our family.
playing
I blame our
sports.
fam-
Yeah,
our
and our
family.
parents always telling us, hey, they are better than you. Which
Who
I
is
needed
more
to hear.
athletic? All of our family's pretty. We all have our own like niches.
Yeah.
Like Darren's more.
That's what's kind of funny.
Darren's
about it
more
all.
gritty probably than I am when it comes to like sports. I'm probably.
Rich has got
I'm more like-
great hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, I think that
Stuff
comes
like
from
that.
years of baseball and
Yeah.
stuff. But I'd say we're about pretty close to even. I would say my, like he was saying, probably hand-eye's a little bit better. Your grittiness comes into play. It just depends on the sport, I guess.
Yeah. Like if you ever need people to grind through something and like just be like the people out there that are gonna outlast, that's
Yeah.
where that's where our family shines.
Like a defensive soccer player. Like
Exactly.
you're just out there running
yeah,
around
but
all the time.
we still have some like sneaky athletes
Yeah,
in there.
exactly.
Like,
But it's like,
our
hey.
JJ's wedding. That's like a prime example. Like at first it starts off like kind of fun and we're all
Yeah.
having fun,
And it's at the end,
then
everyone's
it
feelings are
immediately
hurt.
turns into
Like almost
too
toward me.
excessive, and like
Yeah.
I go up to get a ball and I pull the ball down, and JJ's knee or his foot is up underneath him,
Who is the
behind
guy
his
getting
head.
married?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it was just a competitive,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
going
yeah.
up for the ball.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
But I look down and I'm standing there next to JJ and his foot is touching his ear. And,
we're
he's supposed to walk down the aisle.
And
Yeah.
that's game.
And we're
The
done.
thing that I
That's it.
hate is like when people get like I will get fired up like in a game or something, and then afterwards, totally
Fine.
fine.
Yeah,
Like
that's
you
where
know,
we are.
I'll cuss you out or whatever when we're like playing some, let's say flag football. I'm cussing you out or whatever, and then we leave, and it's like, hey man, good job. Like,
Yeah, we're done.
You just totally
Leave it off the
leave it
field.
on the
Yeah,
on the
leave it on the
field,
field.
and people
And
just
that's the
can't
part
do
that that's part that would drive me nuts is like if you're gonna play something, try. Like
Yeah, don't halfway
I
do
hate
it.
playing
No.
something with anybody. I mean, I'm always the one,
Well, if we
joking
want to have some
around.
fun, but whatever. but-
Exactly. I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
always
but
the
if
one
somewhere-
to crack the
somewhere
joke,
that
but if
switch-
somebody
the
is
switch
going
gets flipped.
nonchalant
Yeah.
and just
Makes
giving
me angry,
oh,
yeah.
dude, it drives me off the
if they're
wall.
on my team and you're not
Yes.
really trying, it makes me so angry.
Yeah.
Like you can tell if someone's just not really that good, but they're trying,
Yeah.
and you can tell if somebody's might be good, but they're not doing anything.
The
like, dude,
most intense things we've done in the last couple of days have not been anything fitness related, CrossFit wise, or mountain biking. It's been pickleball. And sand volleyball. Like it got heated for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. It's
And
just,
pickleball yesterday got we didn't really get heated
we got heated
Get
at
into it.
ourselves.
at ourselves
Yeah,
or
ourselves.
at Austin. I yelled at all. My internal dialogue would come out, and then I'd be like, "Oh, good job, Austin. It's all right." That's what I was outwardly doing, but
Yeah. What I meant to say is
yeah.
yeah.
classic line.
Yeah, so we do take things sport wise way too seriously.
Were you there when Donnie ran over Sonny?
Yeah.
Plowed him over?
No, he ran over Mitch.
Mitch, that's right.
And
but
Sonny.
then Sonny came
Donnie,
out.
so
Yeah.
Donnie's Darren's older brother.
That's like made me
we were
think of
12
one.
days apart. We're playing wiffle ball in the front yard. Donnie took some NO Explode before.
Oh, that was bad. That was back when it was good.
Yeah.
It was back when it was the real stuff.
Yeah.
And we were playing
Well,
wiffle
he
ball.
took it before
and
wiffle ball.
Mitch is 6 years younger than Donnie, or 8
He would
years?
be 8 years.
8 years younger
No,
than
he
Donnie.
It would be, wait, 2. Yeah. So
6 or 8?
6 years.
And so Mitch is catching, and Donnie's coming into home, and the ball comes to home, and Donnie just
Plows him.
completely
Dude,
plows. We
just-
were probably 16, and Mitch was 10, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, and the dog is there, their lab,
Yeah.
just goes through both of them
Yeah.
for no reason.
Well,
like,
no.
well, there was a
well,
reason.
Yeah, I would
he-
say, well, then after that, like similar situation, Donnie either hit the ball or like something like that, but Sonny was just running around because he was trying to get the ball.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't stop, so Donnie just beelines it at him, and the dog's jumping and just levels the dog. It was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Tie goes to the runner.
Yeah. Safe.
There's me and Darren were probably we're 4 years apart, and so me and Donnie have way more borderline stories that shouldn't be shared than me and Darren.
Yeah.
Before anything civilized happened.
I just see
Sting
like
pong.
Sting pong was classic. That was like a staple event.
That was a
Yes.
holiday event. Anytime
Yeah.
we would.
It was. That was like, hey,
Did you
take
ever-
your shirt
you ever play
off.
Sting
we're gonna
pong? So you play
Not with you guys, I don't
play
think.
ping
Yeah,
pong,
and if you get
then
a point,
anytime you get a point, you have to turn around, put
Yeah.
your butt against the table,
We'd always
shirt
put your
up.
shirt
We'd
up.
always do it. We'd always would play during wrestling season, and the most
Ringworm.
notorious thing for wrestlers.
Your mom
is
thought it was ringworm.
And my mom would get so mad because I would have to like, or Donnie or Preston or like the ones that wrestle, we'd have to go to these tournaments, and like we'd have these spots, and you see them just look at it, you're like Sting pong or something,
Yeah.
just praying that they like let it go.
yeah.
You know,
One of
just
the-
come in, you look like leprosy.
One of the most,
Oh,
one of the
welcome.
most famous ringworm stories was me and Donnie we were young, and we had way too much to drink, and anytime we would get together, it would just turn into a belligerent wrestling match, and everybody thought we were serious, but we weren't.
Yeah.
And it would just escalate. It's just what happens with everything in our family. And I shoved him into a door and slammed the door in his hand or something like that. And then we were wrestling, and my face was against the carpet, and like it looked like I had ringworm.
Oh,
and his
yeah.
mom legit
She was so
sent
mad.
me to the doctor thinking I had
Yeah.
ringworm.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Hey,
It's
you have
crazy.
a picture of your nano collection, your USA nanos?
Yeah,
Because you have it on display, or
I
do
think
you
I
have-
posted it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
it's
something
at the
like
house.
that.
It's you have all the nanos and the Fronings.
So
and the-
yeah,
flag ones.
So I had all the flag ones, and
on
then
your ceiling that's 6 foot tall.
5'8". So
You've
yeah.
not been to his little cubby hole.
Oh, dude,
Are you
Angelo,
gonna put a
so-
new office in the garage you're building?
No. So
It's scary.
Like a
Like there's not
hobbit
enough. Yeah, you know, like
literally like this.
what is it,
I'd have a
Ocean's-
custom door made.
Ocean's 12, where she says it's not tall enough to stand up in or long enough to lay down in. That's Darren's office.
That's me. That's
Really?
me. I'm that riddle.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like my barn is 14-foot high ceiling. So when I did this little add-on in it, I was like, all right, I
Got
got
a little loft in it.
Yeah, exactly. I like did a loft, and I did like a little bar area like down below. Well, I had to do a bathroom, because I'm like, I'm tired of walking 100 yards to go to the bathroom. I'm tired of this. I got to
Or
do
killing
the
your
awkward-
grass. You
Exactly.
gotta pile
yeah.
your-
Yeah,
grass
exactly.
is
So I was
yellow.
like, if I want to be out here, I don't want. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna put a bathroom. Well, the problem is the way the windows are laid out. They're standard size windows in height. Well, that cuts down my ceiling height
Yeah.
up top. So, so I was like, all right, what's the bare minimum? So I'm sinking like joists and stuff like that, trying to make sure that everything, is like the bare minimum. And I get it all built, and I go to stand up in it, and my head's hitting the ceiling. I'm like, it's perfect.
It's bad.
This is perfect.
And you have your own air conditioner
I
in
have
there
an
too.
AC heater in it. I have a nice like little mini split. And so
Yes.
I go up there. I have it soundproof and all, and I block the world out, and I
Nice.
actually work.
Wow.
So then so I started
Professional.
Doing, so then I did a little like nano, display
Yeah.
line, and did all that like with Rich's stuff, because that
You
was
have them,
something.
like, stacked, right? You're like
Yeah,
stacked.
like that. Well, and that was something too. Like I thought it was the craziest thing when Rich signed a shoe deal. Like
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
We made it.
We
We
made
made
it. I was like, wow, we really did this. But no. I mean, but like him like doing that, because like I grew up like, like my mom would never buy us
Iversons.
like
Darren
name
loved
brand shoes,
Iversons.
but I loved Allen
And
Iverson
ones.
shoes. And one shoes. Well, those were cheap.
Yeah, I
At
know.
that time, those were
Dude, we never. So this is a fun. I might have told the story, but we never had name brand stuff until we could pay for it ourselves.
Exactly.
Our moms were the same
Abercrombie.
way, except for remember when Donnie got in trouble and your mom hid it all from him?
Hid it all, and dude.
She hid it all from him?
Yeah.
Because do you remember what he did? It wasn't anything
probably
major,
probably
but like
just talk back or
yeah,
something
talk
like
back
that.
or something.
Yeah,
So she took all the clothes which he bought,
Yeah.
Abercrombie, all this stuff, whatever, when
and
it
you
was
know
popular
jeans
at
are
the time,
$190 bucks.
Nike or anything. She put it in a tote and hid it. She forgot about the tote, and when he got it back, he was too big for all of it. So all his brothers got it. She was ruthless.
Yeah.
Or is ruthless.
Yeah,
No,
but-
she softened up. But
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah. No.
But that goes
but-
like none of us had name brand stuff. I
exactly.
remember buying my first pair of like Nike shoes or Adidas shoes, whatever it was,
Yeah.
from Discount Shoes. It's either where like there's something wrong with the shoe, a defect in
We
the
would go
shoe,
to Stephen
defect in the
Barry's
shoe.
and-
Yep,
and
Stephen
buy
Barry's had
$5
$5 shirts.
Yeah.
Or like defects in the shoes. Or pre-worn shoes, and they would write the number like in pen on the bottom of the shoe what the price was. That's my first pair of name brand stuff. Go ahead,
No,
but yeah.
and it was, but like when Rich had signed like that deal, I was like, dude, this is the coolest thing ever. I was
Yeah.
like, I was like telling everybody, dude, like my cousin has a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
And they're like, where? And I'm like, well, you probably don't see them in stores, but
You gotta order them online.
yeah, but
Yeah.
they're there.
Promise.
So yeah, so then so that's kind of like been a thing. Every time that he like comes out with one, I always make sure to save one and I
Yeah.
just hang it up, and I have an empty display for when my shoe comes out.
Yeah.
Someday.
Still
But,
holding out.
Yeah, I'm still holding out. on
What
that
what
one.
was it? The Nanon?
The Nanon.
They
Nanon.
never took, I'm telling you, dude, Reebok has.
Well, the Froning is
Reebok
kind of a
messed up
Nanon.
with a lot of
The
things
newest
over
one,
their
yeah.
long
Darren
run.
just wanted a slip-on shoe.
But I could have took them to the top. Like I could have pushed Nike down with this one. To actually have like a shoe.
You've converted some of them to Nanon.
Yeah,
so.
I would say like
Nanons.
Rich's shoe. I started cutting it up and stuff, and I was like trying because all I want is just a slip-on shoe, dude.
How?
Like,
Make it happen.
The Nanosage. Remember the
Nano-
Nanosage?
The Nano,
So
the sweatiest shoe you've ever put on your foot.
I actually looked them up because this was like a couple months ago. I was just thinking of old things we had, like the Zigs. Remember the Zigs came
Oh
out?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Zig Nano.
The
That
Zig
was the one they
Nano.
tried to pitch to everybody when they first came out.
The ankle wreckers.
Well, you had the regular Zig, and then you had
Oh,
the Zig
man.
Nano that was less.
Look those up, Ben.
And
Pull up the Zig.
The
remember-
Nanosage. Oh, hey,
I
there's
remember the
three.
commercial with you and
see the
Annie,
three?
right?
No.
Hey, that was the Froning 3 on there.
Yeah.
You've seen it?
that?
You know, you can buy it in like Japan right now.
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
one is it? Can you zoom?
Keep going down. Right there.
Which
Right
one,
there.
Rich?
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Nope.
Take
Your
no,
other way,
right
sorry.
there.
The one with Chinese lettering.
Wow,
This
dude.
is cool.
That's it.
Those
seen it?
those look like
I mean, I've seen it, but I was supposed to have it on my foot.
those
I
look
don't know
like
if we're
the
allowed to
Shack
show that.
Attacks or something like that. Like
Oh, is it a pump? No.
No, it's not a pump. It's just the strip, or like it's a
Okay.
boot style again.
love that.
No. Before the games?
I don't know. It's $19,800.
$1,800.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's yen or
It's
what
a
that
lot of
is.
wampum.
RFX3. We'll see if we ever get it.
That's going on my wall. Cut
But
that
yeah,
up.
where are we going? Oh, Zig Nano. The
Yeah.
Zig Nano was like
So-
it was a Zig, but they made the Zig less, and they
then,
were like, oh yeah, we're gonna pitch these, and this is gonna be the CrossFit shoe, and we all got it,
Was it Graham Holmberg
and we were like, yeah,
and,
Graham had to wear them at the Tahoe Throwdown, and it was not good.
and no, what was the I'm a commercial.
you
Oh,
and
those
Andy,
are
right?
no, those are the Real Flex.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
And
Like
they actually
we
had the
call them,
Real
like, the
Flex,
running
Real Flex, the
buddies.
running buddies.
Yeah, with the like with the
Yeah, like
little
with the
squares
little,
on
Yeah,
bottom.
it was the Nike free version of
Yeah.
the Reebok Real Flex.
I actually like these shoes.
Oh, they were great, but they were very
They were not a workout shoe.
Real Flex. There it is. The grayish thing down there. No.
It's
That's a
kind of
newer
like
version.
it, but
That's
it's
it.
more
Yeah.
so like that. Yeah.
close to it, but they were.
Type
yeah.
in like Real Flex 2010 or something.
But
That
yeah,
was
I mean, it
probably-
was crazy too because I remember like squatting in these things. I remember
Oh,
trying
they're
to
awful.
cutting in these things.
Oh, they're awful.
and turning my ankle left and right. But
There they
Yeah,
are.
there it is.
There
That's
they
what I
are in all their
remember.
glory.
wow, dude,
It was such a comfortable shoe though.
they
Yeah,
were.
it
They
was.
actually.
Oh,
were.
I remember. Look at the bottom left or the blue.
Dude, there's
and
your
white one
hands.
there. No, those aren't
Oh,
my
okay.
hands.
He's like, these are mine.
But I might have done one of the variations of the commercial for that.
yeah,
Cargo shorts.
Cargo shorts, plaid, 2010.
is that me?
There they are.
Wow,
How
dude.
versatile those things are.
I know.
Yeah, dude.
Look at how much flexion that.
Hey,
guy
go to
has in
eBay.
his
Get
toe.
it. Let's order a pair.
Yeah.
And then,
But yeah, like
But then
Nanosage.
finally they came out with the Nano.
Yeah, I'll say. But
Nano one.
I actually looked up the Nanosage and they were for sale on eBay, and I almost bought them like just because they were like the best. Like, yeah, you sweat
Man,
like
look at
crazy.
those.
I have 3 pair of those.
I don't really have any of those.
What was
I do have some in a case downstairs.
What was the funniest thing about those when they first came out and you could put them like in the
In the
oven,
oven.
but you could work out in them for 5 minutes and have the same effect.
Yep.
These things would be beat red and you feel your shit.
Yeah, you work out. You just go for a run outside.
You go
it's
for a
100
run.
degrees.
Yeah, you step
And it's just
outside.
freaking the thing's red.
That's crazy though, man.
I remember that. Yeah, you put it in the oven at like 180 degrees or something for 10 minutes. And you put it on and you don't move.
It's like the hockey skates.
Dude,
You
the
put 'em
ones
on.
though, like the 343 ones were awesome.
Oh,
Like the
yeah.
Nano 2s, 343,
The
the
Nano 2.
Firefighter.
a lot of the guys at work still wear those.
Yeah, I know. It's actually, I actually saw
There it
a
is.
guy years ago in the airport where I mean,
I
where,
got them
no,
downstairs.
It
I have
was
the
crazy,
actual
yeah.
like
those were
the artwork from those too. Those were a cool shoe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
They're a good
super
shoe.
cool. And
Dude,
they
I
only
wonder-
made 343, right? Like that's
Yeah, they made 343.
yeah.
You wore those at the 2012 games?
Those are custom.
12 maybe. Yep. And
Yeah,
then
those-
we sent them. All that money went to you guys for the fire department.
Yeah.
For the
the
equipment.
equipment.
Fitness
And they
equipment.
tried to, I believe it was Kendrick at the time, or maybe it was Roger. I remember he tried to buy a bunch. Fans was telling me about this the other day. He tried to buy a bunch of iPads or something with it, and he's like, "No, it's not for that."
He's like, but the new Gen 1.
Yeah.
But
It'll be
Rich, they have
obsolete in a
Angry
year or
Birds.
two.
They're like, "No, we're gonna buy workout equipment with it."
Yep. So
It was like they had to like convince him to buy workout equipment with
He's
it.
like, but the new iPod Shuffles just came out.
Come on, we all need one.
Yeah. Are you stupid? That is crazy though, man. Like,
Is that an orange one?
it's like a gold color. Which
what's
I
what's
didn't.
your white
not
ones
bad.
called? I mean, like, why can't I think of the name that the Notre Dame edition ones came out? The
X1.
The X1.
That's
Running
that.
X1.
That's the
Okay.
best shoe
I was
ever.
gonna
All I
say
wear.
that's
It's been
my
my
that's
favorite shoe
that.
ever.
I mean, that's my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
Yep.
It kills me that shoe companies and like all of them do it. You know,
They've got to update it.
exactly. You
You're
got to
like, even when
update,
you
and
had a good one.
I mean, and I understand from a marketing
Maybe a
standpoint that
little
you
bit,
don't want to
yeah.
create the perfect shoe.
I wish we
because
could have
then
just
you're-
done a bunch of
Yeah.
colors.
It's like, then you're
You
done.
know, it goes
The X1.
down.
More
What?
I wish we'd have done more colors of the X1.
Yeah,
It was
black,
such a
all
good
black.
shoe. All black and
Black
OD
and red,
green.
maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, green.
Yep.
I know.
Because that's how you keep it fresh. I feel like
What's
you could
funny,
keep
so
it going for
you
years.
remember
change
the first
color
pair
out.
you worked out in? You had the Asics. You had those Asic running shoes.
They were
No,
They
sorry.
gel.
Under Armour. No,
No, sorry, that was the ones
I
that
had
like, you
Under
gave
Armour.
me though. You
I had
gave-
Under Armour. First pair of shoes I ever competed in.
oh
at
competed in,
sectionals
yeah.
was
But I'm saying like when we started
sectionals. Sanctionals.
Sectionals.
sectionals.
Is messed up every
Say it
time.
fast.
It was Under
Say it
Armour's, and
tough.
then I wore those Adidas
Sexual.
Predators at
Yeah.
semifinals.
Pull up that Adidas Predators 2010.
10,
Yeah.
9, 10.
But yeah,
They were white. Nope. Shoes, not
Judas
cleats.
Priest.
I thought they were Predators. Maybe they weren't. Maybe that's the cleat, and I get it mixed up.
But anywho,
I don't know. They
yeah.
were sweet shoes.
They weren't that. Just take our word for it.
Yeah.
but
was
yeah, it
something
was
else.
those, and I've totally forgot. about
Wait,
the
is
Under
that is it
Armour
not
shoes
that one
you
right
had.
there with the
No,
heel?
it's not
The
that
gold, the black and gold. It's not that.
one.
Then go down just one more line.
Might
in
have been
that
that,
line.
but in red and.
Is it not that?
Oh
No,
yeah,
no, it
actually,
wasn't-
yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't
But yours were
That's like a
gray.
Nike Shock.
Hey, yours were gray and red. I mean, like the stripes were red.
I think it was more like that orange and black one. Maybe I don't remember. Anyway, they were
That
some
shit
type of
was
Adidas
crazy.
shoe.
Yeah. Wow. I know, and like looking back on it, because I remember looking at like weight, because that's when you start getting into things like, wow, the shoes I'm wearing are actually heavy. I think they were around like 12 or
Oh,
like
yeah.
12 or like 13. I'm like, wow, these are light. Now
you
it's like shoes are
Yeah.
nothing.
Do you remember that the final workout on Sunday morning of Sanctionals?
Sectional.
Sectionals.
Box
The
jump,
box jump where you had to get your
snatch,
whole foot on
Had to
the
get your whole foot
on the box.
and then
Oh, Russell Berger with his standards.
4 handstand or the
five handstand push-ups,
Well,
10
it was
squat snatch,
box
wasn't it?
jumps, squat snatch, handstands.
Yeah,
because
I don't remember the reps, but
because you were doing them on a school like brick wall.
dude,
It was
like
a brick wall or something like that, and he would kick up, and it was like uneven ground because it's on grass.
it was the
And then the snatching because you're on the
nobody could squat snatch. You remember that?
Yeah.
Nobody could squat snatch.
nobody could, and then
And for some reason, I had incredibly mobile shoulders.
yeah.
And
I remember. I think I've seen clips of it. You're like clean gripping the snatch.
Yeah,
That was
probably.
with your you were wearing the camouflage
Camo tap-out shorts.
shorts. But that was also like that day, or
Alabama,
not that
right
day,
there.
Maybe
There you go. 3 rounds. This was the first workout.
The
25
deadlift.
meter sprint. This workout
Or,
was
I mean,
terrible.
power clean.
You had to start from
Oh
a
my
seated. You remember you had to
Yeah,
start seated with
seated.
your back facing
Yeah.
the start line and go. You had to run down and back. 10 burpees. There was no
That was
real.
the
It was
hips.
the hips and hands behind your head
Yeah.
burpees. 7 ground to shoulder
power
power,
clean.
cleans at 155. But I remember finishing
Ground
that
to
workout
shoulder.
and no clue where I was at, dying. And then Darren walks over. He's like, I'm gonna go check the leaderboard, which was
Hey,
just
Rich,
a
I just got
whiteboard,
here.
just a whiteboard. And then
they're just updating.
and he comes back and he's like, you won the workout. Do you remember that hotel we stayed
You
at
messed
the first
up.
night?
It was
With
like
the canned tuna.
The
holding
can.
up.
So we
Yeah.
Dude, we told this story on the podcast. Oh man, this is a good one. So we
remember
show
we
up the
pulled
night
the-
before. We had no idea where we were going. We drive my Jeep down there, right? I had a Jeep at the time.
I think so. I think we
To
did. drive.
Huntsville, and we show up, no hotel. We're like trying to find out where the thing's gonna be the next morning. I think we got in at like 11 o'clock or
Yeah.
something.
Oh yeah.
It was
It
late.
was dark.
And so we pull up to this Knights Inn or King's. I don't even
don't
know what
know
it
what
was.
it-
There was a do not rent to
Night
list when we
stay
showed
here.
up. We get 2 nights. They were like $38 a night, if that tells you anything.
Remember they had the cage.
Had a
and
cage and a do not rent to list. And so yes. And so
Yeah.
we walk up and it's a motel. So everything's
yeah.
on the outside, so you know it's good. And so we walk upstairs and go to flip the light switch on, and the light won't come on. I'm like, what the hell? So walk up and I go to plug in the lamp, and when I do, I move the chair, and you just hear
I just keep
tink,
thinking of
tink,
Johnson.
tink, and rolling away. Plug the light in, a tuna can rolls away, empty. That was the chair leg.
And then like Johnson goes, I called the bed. He jumps on the bed and it like shifts on him. He falls off the edge.
It breaks. We take the sheets off. There's like a blood stain. It was awful. I don't even remember.
Wait,
like,
you remember? Oh wait,
did
no.
we bring
you-
sleeping bags or
It was something stupid. I don't know.
somebody
I mean,
slept in a chair?
Yeah. So, but like Johnson, remember like you went to go take a shower and I like went to grab something. You like come out and Johnson's laying on the chair with the crucifix, just laying there like trying to sleep because he goes, I'm scared.
In the middle of the night, a glass bottle breaks outside our door and rolls. You remember that? It rolls away. Dude, somebody tried to come in our room.
Yeah. Somebody started knocking.
We're like, hell no. We wake up the next morning and look out, and it's a war zone wherever we're at.
Yeah.
In Huntsville.
Yeah,
It was sketch. And so we walk back downstairs and we're like, hey, is there any way we can, and it says no refunds. We're like, hey, is there any way we can get a refund on that second night? And the lady's like, yeah, honey, you can get a refund. And she's like, you guys don't need to be here. And we're like, okay, thank you.
Slides the window closed.
Yeah. And so we left. We show up. That's the first workout. Second workout was the wall ball.
Deadlift.
It was a
It was just a long.
on top of a soccer goal.
Yeah.
It was a 2x6
Yep.
on top of a soccer
And
goal.
you were deadlifting 275 on grass. So
And
every,
so by my
every
heat,
round-
it was on my feet. Like
Yeah.
I was lifting it from my shoes. People were missing the wall ball target and chasing the wall ball. You remember that? I got
She's like, gosh dang it.
I got second on that workout. So me and McGoldrick,
Yeah, I
I
was
think
pissed.
we're tied. I think he got second. I got first, second, and then the next one was the
core.
The core, which in the middle of, so there's supposed to be 2 pull-up rigs. One was like had like 6 or 8 slots around it. One had 6 or 8 slots.
What
Well,
was
when
that,
Russell
guys?
was trying to demo the movement, the pull-up bar
bar
broke.
broke, that's
the weld
right.
broke, and he falls flat on his
He was
back.
so mad too.
Pissed.
Yeah, he was mad.
So we had to completely get rid of that pull-up bar. So we only had 1 pull-up bar. So we were there till like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, yeah.
And I still remember in between or after
Yeah,
the
wow.
briefs or something like that, one of you guys, we grabbed like Wendy's double
Hardee's
cheeseburgers,
or
Hardee's or
Wendy's, yeah,
something,
Hardee's,
and
yeah.
everybody's eating their like healthy meals, and we're just
that's when paleo. Yeah,
cheeseburgers.
that's when caveman diet like.
Yeah,
happened.
everybody,
yeah,
McGoldrick's got his
paleo.
like
Counting
sweet
nuts, and they're
potatoes
like,
and all this stuff, and Darren shows up, he's like, here, Hardee's,
Yeah.
and we're just pounding cheeseburgers while they're telling us what the workout is in the
Yeah,
morning.
like,
And
Rich, no tomato.
we
Yeah.
I think we stayed
Like
at
yes.
where was it? It was a nicer hotel the
Red
next
Roof Inn,
night.
I think, or something like that.
It was at least a hotel. It
Yeah,
wasn't a motel.
yeah.
It was
It
clean.
may have been a
it was
chain
new. Yeah, it was a
at that
chain. And so we were like living like kings. Everybody's high. You know, we're all happy because I'm in first, and you know. So the next day, the next workout was 5 handstands for 15 minutes. 5 handstand push-ups,
that's the
Horrible.
order.
7 squat snatches.
It was
and
only a
10
20-inch
reps.
box.
Yeah, it was
I
20-inch
could've
box,
done that.
but you had to land
Yeah, you
full
had to
foot.
land full foot. So
And
you
then-
like shot your feet on top of it. Like you didn't just land, you like
Yeah.
skidded them on.
And once again, you were on sand.
Grass. Oh, sand.
Would have been perfect
Grass
for my
and sand.
night.
But then, like he's saying, the handstand push-up wall was like square blocks, and it had like
Yeah,
the ridges between it. So
Yeah,
as
so
you're
you're getting caught in it.
but nobody could handstand push up and nobody could squat snatch.
And the other thing,
and
too,
if there's two movements,
Yeah.
especially at that time, I could do was handstand push ups and squat
well,
snatch.
and like the other
I
thing
think
that like the
I don't even know
underrated
what
part
the-
of that workout as well is the handstand push-ups were up on a wall. Well, the building was built up a little bit like on a hill, so you had this little slight incline. You would walk up, so your hands are like this, so like your flexion was like this, and
I don't remember that part.
yeah,
I just remember.
dude, I remember why I was watching and stuff. I was like, wow.
Yeah, are those
Holy
the
cow.
are those the girls' workouts beside it? The girls' workouts?
Probably.
Okay.
So 3 handstands.
But what's honestly crazy too is that those workouts would still stand the test of time. Like,
Oh, yeah.
today, I'm
Hard
like,
workouts.
I'm like, you go through, Rich, you can go through any workout and also
Yeah.
like make them
Yeah.
feel like crap. But it's like, the 50, down to 10 of wall balls or 40 down to 10.
Yeah, it's just classic.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Good
a classic style.
stuff. Pull
That's a
up.
classic
It's
style.
well rounded. Other than there was no real heavy test, but other
Yeah.
than that, it was pretty well rounded. We use knee sleeves and weight belts. Why wouldn't we have a tool to help us breathe better? For the last 2 years, the Airwave HIIT mouthpiece has been my recovery tool on the competition floor, but lately I've been using the endurance mouthpiece. It has a more secure fit to keep your jaw relaxed and the airways open during long training sessions. For podcast listeners only, get 15% off at www.airwave.com/Froning.
Yeah. Like
Do you
the
remember-
core, it's
Do you
like.
remember semifinals where I almost missed my heat?
Yeah,
Like, so they had different venues, and like the
This is where
microphones would get caught up in different things. And
You're in
so
the wrong spot?
I was at the wrong spot. I was warming up.
Rich
and,
Froning checking in.
and they're like, check in, because it was a clean ladder to start. Clean and jerk ladder, or just clean ladder? I can't remember.
That was clean and.
I think you got a bonus if you jerked the bar.
Yeah.
That was a tiebreaker or something like that. It was something weird. Is
weird.
This is 2010.
2010.
Regionals.
Rich hit the
And-
bonus.
And so I almost missed that workout. That was funny. And then the next workout was it started with 20 handstand push-ups, and then it was like a 12-minute AMRAP of double unders, lunges, and box jumps or something like
Yeah.
that. And so the microphones got crossed up with the event
That was-
outside, and
yeah,
they
that
said
was
3,
in the
2, 1,
gym.
go.
Sandbag lunge.
So all of us start. We finish all of our handstand push-ups. We go, and they're like, whoa, wait. That was for the outside event.
Oh my
So we
God.
had they gave us a 2-minute rest, and then we restarted,
Yeah.
which probably played to my advantage
Yeah.
because handstand push-ups were good for me, and everybody's smashed
like,
after handstand
no.
push-ups.
Like
Oh,
that was
no.
that was a nasty one too.
was a
though, 'cause
nasty
It was just
workout.
go. There was
Are
no.
you
There
finding
was,
these, Ben? Are you finding these?
This was the south.
what was the
Central East?
7
central? No,
is-
this wasn't Central East.
was-
That year,
This is
2010. It was
This
the
is 2010 regionals.
yeah. So it would
Yeah,
have been
that
the
was
south. We were the south region at that point.
What was the one? It was the single arm snatch, single arm
Kettlebell snatch.
and
It
then
was
muscle up.
like 4 rounds of 4, 4, and 4 or
Yep.
something
It
like
was-
that,
it was-
and
it was
nobody
some-
could do it. There you go.
Exactly.
Southeast, 1 squat clean every 50 seconds, 13 bars lined up.
It was squat clean.
215.
But yeah, but weren't you
335.
weren't you splitting?
No,
didn't you
no,
split
I
clean
squat cleaned them. I think I got like 315 or 305 or something
Wow.
like that.
I think at 315.
And
There it
then
is,
the next
yeah.
one, here you go, 12-minute AMRAP,
handstand push-ups.
handstand push-up 20, remainder 200 double under, 200 double
20
unders.
double.
Oh, sorry, 20
Guys
double
are
unders.
going.
Even worse,
20 double. Yeah, it's
20 double unders,
Into
10 box
box
jumps,
jumps.
and 10 sandbag
A lot of
lunges.
box jumps.
10
those years.
steps total with 60 pounds. That was actually a bad workout.
It was.
Yeah, my calves hurt looking at
I
it.
think I won that workout. I can't
20
remember.
handstand push-up by
And
it.
then-
That's
That was
funny.
the row. That was the year the burpee over the ab mat row.
So here's the 4 rounds, 4 muscle ups, 16 kettlebell snatches. 8
So
on each
8 and
side.
8. Yeah, 8
But
and
people were blown up on the muscle ups
Blown up.
and the snatches too, because
Yep.
it was a grip. It was a grippy
8. Was it a
workout.
53 pound?
But I think that's
Yeah.
when everybody used to still false grip too. There was
it
no
was.
real
Yeah,
kick.
because everybody was
Yeah.
still.
You're just,
Still
yeah,
hooking.
you're kind of just kicking. You were doing this and just
Yeah,
kicking
and
your
that
legs.
was where you had a phantom out.
Yep.
The bottom.
And then the row burpee was such a good workout, but a horrible standard.
Yeah,
Such
that's
a
burpee
bad
over the
judging
mat.
standard. And I think I got like 13th on that event. I was pissed.
I was
And
like,
then-
well, we might as well pack it up, Rich.
and then
Get out of here.
Yeah, maybe CrossFit
Go
isn't
back
your
to summer
thing.
break.
this is the one that
It's not too late to
Castro-
go back to the fire department.
This is the one that Castro talks about in the documentary that he watched, and he was like, "Oh, okay, this guy's pretty good because
Yeah.
nobody could really squat
'cause
snatch
one at the time
145."
Castro came, or
he
was
came
there
and showed
the-
up. That's when he gave us our affiliation.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah,
the squat snatch, people could not squat snatch 145.
It was
Could
what
not.
Spencer Hendel was there,
Endo McGoldrick was
which
there.
like Spencer
Mike
could,
G.
like he
Yes,
was, but,
yeah,
but
yeah.
but like you were.
But I think I
you-
lapped him.
Yeah, you were getting ahead on all everything else, but yeah,
And
Mike G was. Yep. Yep, all those names.
That's actually a hard workout.
It's short. Like everything's fast. It's like
8
a Cindy
rounds,
style
yeah.
workout, you know?
It's like they're like
I've got tape on my shins from where I busted my shins on the pull up or on the
We're really hitting the training hard.
on the wall when I was doing box jumps.
Yeah, the cinder block wall.
There was a guy named Ken. Was it Ken? Ken
Remember
Gall?
Drew
Drew Shamblin was there. He was at
the runner.
sectional, sectionals,
Yeah,
whatever. And then, but Ken, I think it was Ken Gall, was his name. That was the intro of the Dirty South rig, but it was so wavy. He was doing his chest to bar, and it hit him in the face. So in the middle of the workout, he's like bleeding out of his mouth. It was awful.
Yeah. And then people's hands were shredded too because again,
It was
tape.
hot, humid in Jacksonville, Florida, and we were doing.
Wow, yeah, I forgot I was in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
when was sectionals was
In
spring break,
March
I
or
guess.
April, and this was end of May.
Okay.
So it was like Memorial Day weekend, I think.
So yeah, even the spread on that was 2 months. I mean, right around. Wow.
I just remember because I was still working at intramurals, still going to school, and so I would like in between games at intramurals, I'd run over to the gym, and I remember hitting that kettlebell snatch muscle up workout, and like going back, coming back, just testing out stuff.
And it's like things like back then that like we did, like you said, like we joked around with it on the other podcast, like the 300 deadlifts, but like we did 100 muscle ups like back then too.
Dumb
It's
stuff.
like things like that.
I remember
like,
I got this,
we're
like-
false gripping, and it's like, dude,
This bright idea when I was at Averett. Every hour I would row a 1K on the rower, and I did that like from semifinals
Like
to
8
the
hours?
games just to do it. Like I'm like, oh, I got to get extra in, you know. Like
well, that's
I'm gonna
when
build
you-
a base.
But
here.
then like what year after that you started rowing a 5
5K
four,
a
you know, like
day.
4 to 5,000 meters like every day.
Yeah, watching the Miko Salo documentary, I was like, I just gotta
Yep.
row. But that was the only machine
That
we
was
had
when,
back then.
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like you
And-
couldn't rotate machines. And then I got into
And that
a
was
kick.
the way to get the volume. You
You remember like every day you'd do it was a 300 calories on the Airdyne. Like no matter how you got it done.
That
Like,
was back when you rip it and you're at 50.
Yeah.
some
You know,
days
it's
you would
jumping
you know,
5,
I
10,
remember
13.
that back then
You're
like
like,
gold
God,
standard
yes.
was to hit 300
Yep.
calories in 10 minutes, and I remember I hit it like 4 or 5 times, but there was days that you'd wake up and you just couldn't. It was
Yeah. Yeah,
you just
impossible. And
couldn't
then
do
one
it.
day you'd wake up, feel great, and you'd do it.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how fast those first 2 minutes are. If
Mm-hmm.
you hammer those first 2 minutes, you get like 100 calories, and you coast the rest of the way.
Some of my favorite like training workouts that we would do. I love like because kicks. We would always get on these kicks. But I love
Still good on kicks.
Yeah.
I would love the every minute on the minute 200-meter row for 10 minutes straight into every minute on the
Barbell
minute
cycling.
5 or 6.
You
clean
still
and
love
jerks.
that.
Yeah, I do.
I'll see it in an affiliate program, and I'm like, wow, he
and
still
then
loves
10
that.
minutes of toes to bar, or
10
burpee
minutes
to bar,
toes
or
bar,
something.
or like the other one we'd do like 1-to-1.
Alternating minutes is the worst,
yeah,
actually. So
yeah.
like 200 row on 1 minute, and then a
Yeah.
barbell.
Then muscle
actually been
ups.
doing a
We
lot
do
of that.
muscle ups.
Ski and muscle
stuff.
up. That's how we
Ski and
got good at muscle ups.
We got really good. I just felt like that was one of the best ways where like I got
just
a
build
lot
volume.
of volume.
You could build
with it.
volume and not get beat up.
Exactly.
And I remember people that would come in from outside.
Oh, that was our intro to
hated
him.
it.
We beat
Oh,
the
yeah.
They would
Yeah.
hate it.
Jake
This is
said
ridiculous.
I was talking to Jake. I want to say it was last season. I was like, I think we need to start putting some more of that, the 10-minute stuff of like 5 or 6 clean and jerks, snatches, or muscle ups, or rows. And he goes, okay, that's fine. He goes, but I'll never do it again. He goes, I'll never do
Oh,
that.
dude,
Because like it's still hard
burnt
today.
that
It
out.
is.
It's still
it is.
pretty
It
hard.
is. It is one of those things. No matter how good you get, it's
pretty
still-
hard.
And then like remember like the ones that we get on too. Like you started doing it. 100 bench press every time you break. Like 3 rope.
Me
presses.
and
I was like,
Ashton-
Rich, that's
Ashton,
impossible.
Ashton was talking about that the other day. I didn't realize we did 225 for 100 reps. Every time you break, it was 5 or 10 strict pull-ups.
Well, and then there was 50 double under one too. You guys did it with that 50 double unders.
Bench 225.
So
he
like
said
305.
He said Ron Ortiz did it with me, and he said Ron did like a huge set and then did like 2s. Me and Kalipa did.
Like,
One of the
things
times we did, it was one of the open announcements. I don't remember which one it was. It might have been the overhead squat. No, the
Chest to bar
Chest
thrust.
to bar
thruster,
thruster.
chest to bar thruster.
Yeah, in 2013.
But we after in his garage after we did the bench press marathon where you do 1 up to 20 back
then
and
back
forth.
down, and
No,
then-
it was
Oh,
just
yeah, sorry.
1 up to 20.
1 up to 20, and we're just in his garage at 11 o'clock at night hammering 225 bench.
Again.
It
I
was
think
so
he tells
dumb.
that story in some kind of documentary or something, saying like he's like, this is when I knew that guy was crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, he wanted to train
A little
after
bit
the open
crazy.
announcement because he's crazy.
Substance abuse, crazy, whichever you want to call it. You
yeah.
got all the games workouts pulled up, huh? Amanda was awesome. That was like a.
That actually,
like one of the-
was a really cool one because that like combined it. That like started putting things like together. Like, wow,
cool.
you got to be athletic too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you got to be able to move.
Khalifa throwing the ball around.
Well,
These
again,
are
it
on.
showed. It's
These
like,
are
out of order, but man, that was
Yeah.
one of the dumbest workouts ever.
Yeah.
It could be a great workout.
It could be, but
if it was just parallel, but that ring handstand push-up
and
standard is
honestly
trash.
too, that workout was way ahead of its time. Because
yeah.
I mean, you know, granted, like
I think
that's
it
a
was
hard
like I
workout
said. I
right
think it was a
now.
good workout with a deficit handstand push-up
Yes.
or a parallel. Strict is
Even
fine.
at the time, it was strict handstand push-ups would have been like a great.
yeah, exactly.
fine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like no one had ever even thought to attempt that. Like we messed around with kicking up on the muscle ups. Remember,
Yeah.
we do kick ups
Yeah.
and some presses,
but the ring was the standard on that was garbage.
Yep.
Still one of that was a good workout. I don't know how me and Maliello tied on that. I borrowed
Yeah.
Mike G's Buddy Lee jump rope on that because I didn't even bring a jump rope.
I
didn't even
actually-
think
I
to bring
actually
a jump
remember
rope,
that.
and then I actually forgot to get
when
it back to
what was the one guy? I'm a OPT.
OPT. Yep. Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald, I think. Yeah.
I think I wore Oli shoes on that workout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
wins or something. The
Yeah.
original do wins.
Wow.
Pyramid double Helen, still one of the hardest workouts.
Is this
Yeah.
when you
'Cause then
finish
you had
it
to
and
do
you
a
do
one
one
rep
rep max
max
jerk
shoulder
and like
This,
you have, like,
know,
2
everybody
minutes.
points. Everybody points to like me falling off the rope as the downfall. This workout was the downfall. I finished 3rd or 4th in this workout, which.
But what did you overhead?
I think my PR overhead was like 245, and I want to say I hit like 145.
Yeah, and
I
no,
was
and dude-
so drunk
Yeah.
and almost missed like
within 90 seconds.
within 90 seconds. Within 90 seconds of finishing the workout, dude, it was like
It's like Rich, hurry!
it was like you were playing a video game with like a you're trying to get radar
You got
lock on
more.
something. I could not put anything on the barbell.
Well,
Like,
and then also too, it's like that's when everything was so crammed in. Like
it
you
was-
had
Yeah,
to like
you all
try
on
and
the
get to your
on the
bar.
football field, right?
we were on the
Orlando.
track.
The
track,
We were on the
yeah.
track.
Job Orlando failed or something.
Yeah, it was
'cause
just
everybody
not.
was
It was.
pointing at him.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
It's. I
all the
love.
squat racks like here.
Yeah,
I love the fact of having a 1 rep max after something. I was not.
90
This was
seconds.
ahead of its time. In 90 seconds, like there was no reward for doing better. You know,
Like,
like
they crossed the
that's what
finish
I
line,
don't
they're
like about some
stumbling.
of these, where it's like
Yeah.
for time,
And then as
and
soon
then
as
as
you're
soon as you
done,
finish, it
yeah.
should be like you can earn a little bit of reward.
Yeah, like a
but,
15-minute
you know,
cap.
I
When you finish, you
I
go right into this.
completely imploded on that. I don't even know what I hit, but my shoulder to overhead, I might have hit 245, and it was a prayer. And I think my shoulder overhead at the time from back rack was like 325 or something. Graham smashed me on that. That's where he won.
Sandbag move. That was a cool event when they redid it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fun.
Yeah, that
But
was.
people just
The
not
only-
knowing how to load wheelbarrows.
Well, and like the one thing that did stink about them doing that like that is that like for
Stinks. Your mom still wouldn't let you say
no,
suck.
like sucks. Sorry, mom. But gosh, what's his name? Brandon
Phillips.
Yeah, Brandon
Yeah.
Phillips. Like where his wheelbarrow actually broke.
I don't know
was
if
like-
it broke because of misload or
Well,
whatever. So,
yeah,
but it does suck.
that is the
Equipment
unfortunate-
malfunction
but I
sucks.
love that workout. Like
Yeah, I
the grunt
like
work
that workout.
aspect to it, the athletic ability, getting up,
Jump up and over the wall.
I honestly, I think that was one of the best game
I
programs.
still remember
Yeah.
just sitting in the stands.
Yeah,
Everybody's
sitting
still
there,
finishing.
everybody's- Yeah, you just
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool.
But
that
that was
cool
brutal. That
I liked when they redid it because I feel like they could clean it
Very
up a little bit
push-up.
because they had more money.
This is when I got suckered in. Only one to finish this workout.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the camera,
Poor bastard.
But dude, like remember that the floor was like 100 like
It was
100
100
degrees
yeah.
and everybody was in the shade.
I just remember.
Coaches get in the shade.
I just.
I'm
I had
there,
no
I'm
idea
like,
where
man,
Darren's
I
at.
yelled this. I should- everybody yelled.
I just remember this messed me up for a long time because you would be in a room probably this size, maybe a little smaller, and
Yeah,
people
that's
would
right.
leave and they wouldn't come back.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's going on. And you're
You
cheering
and
and
you.
ooh, and like, just you don't know what's going on in your head. You're like, all right, maybe there's. I was praying that there
like
was an overhead,
gladiators,
1 rep
man.
max overhead squat because I knew like that was my jam, right? And to get out there and just be completely just
And you guys
ripped
had no
apart.
idea you were doing 3 workouts.
No idea.
Yeah.
And as soon as we're walking out, I go take my shirt off, and Dave's like, everybody's going to take their shirt off. He goes, hey, you don't want to take your shirt off. It's pretty effing hot out there.
And like, dude,
you're
like when somebody tells you it's hot and you gotta keep your shirt on, you're like, what does that
no.
even mean?
Yeah, like what in the
Yeah,
world?
yeah.
And I remember
You're on a
hitting
frying
this
pan.
and thinking, oh, this is it. And
Yeah,
I
I
finished
win.
it. And only one to finish it, like as time expires. And then they're like, all right, here's the next workout. 3, 2, 1, go.
And
you're like-
everyone's freaking just
Everybody.
and you have no idea what's going on. It was like 30 toes to bar, 21 ground to overhead at 95 pounds, all grip.
That's to this
That's
day,
a good
that's
workout.
a terrible workout.
That's a good workout. I've never.
Oh, yeah, I
I've
remember-
never once touched any of these 3 workouts again.
I remember seeing you guys doing like 2 or 3 toes weren't coming off.
Completely
and doing
hammered.
I think you were
Just-
doing singles back and forth.
Yeah,
going
singles back and forth.
Flipping.
And then I don't even think toes to bar were a thing before that, really. Either.
Yeah. I
it
remember
was
working up
elbows.
to like toast bar or like seeing like a girl do them, you know, because like gymnasts,
Gymnasts.
yeah, we'd see that. We're like, how are they doing that? And I'm over here breaking my elbows, you know, slamming these elbows. Like,
And then here's a culmination.
yeah.
20-foot rope climb. Did you know how to use your feet before that?
Yes.
You did? I blame
But
you.
dude, I remember the guy
Trying to take a shoelace off. Freddie
like,
was one of those guys.
"Look."
Yeah, he
takes his finger and goes like this. I go, Rich, look. But then looking back, I go, what is this do?
I was so messed up.
Look what he's doing.
So messed up, dude.
I actually wore that shirt yesterday. We had
Did
that
you?
shirt of you
The
falling
fall?
off the rope. Yeah,
The
I
fall.
wore that shirt yesterday.
Yeah. Man, that was such a
How
bad
many
workout.
did you finished
I
a round?
Finished a round.
You
And
did.
then I think you got back to the
Just
second round.
Complete. I fell all three times. One time really, really good.
Oh,
like
yeah.
from 20 feet.
Yeah.
Like I let go and thought I could re-grab, and my hands just wouldn't. And I just straight down.
As the guy in the
And
crowd.
hit the chalk bucket.
Guy in the
Luckily, I didn't
crowd's
hit that
looking at him
concrete, dude,
still.
or I'd be dead. I'd be dead.
The guy's unlacing his other shoe, maybe 2 ropes.
It was so bad.
Rich, look.
So bad.
I need
And
thicker
then
laces.
Graham beat me by 3 points. Those 3 places over the
that's
whole
crazy.
weekend. 3 places.
Yeah, it's.
I still remember. So as soon as we finish this event, they take us off the floor and have to go piss,
Yeah.
and you're completely just
yeah.
dead. They had when we were in that room, they had nothing for us, like no food, no water, nothing.
There was no sponsor. Yeah.
There was no nothing. And so the way I found out that I got second, I saw Graham's name on the check as we're sitting there waiting, and you just talk about just
You're just like-
it was awful.
Then he
man.
sees a $500
Awful.
Under Armour check.
Under Armour.
He's like, That's my
Gift card.
Yeah, gift card.
It wasn't even a
I'm
check.
taking that home.
So, yeah,
Hello, success.
2010.
How much money did he win?
$25,000.
Oh,
I could have done a lot with $25,000.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we could have.
You got $500.
Yes.
We could have paid off that loan.
We could have paid off.
Darren could have got a
my
hotel.
first paycheck.
Yeah,
And then I had to wait another couple months, but
didn't happen.
yeah. Wow.
Oh man,
I know that was that. I mean,
Wild West.
and I actually joke with people all the time because there was no security, so it's like I could walk wherever I wanted there.
Oh yeah,
I was up and down
remember
elevators. in there.
sitting up top of the elevator. I would just because there was a nice breeze
Yeah,
through
there's a
there.
nice breeze, and like I'd go up and down. Like I was almost on the floor with them at like one point until they're like, "Hey, you really can't be."
Hey,
down
you got to
here."
get out of the way.
Yeah, but
It's crazy to think that they even had the money to like book that venue.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know, because the X
Crazy.
Games I think had
Whatever.
just finished because like you
Yeah.
saw like reminiscence of it. And like at that time, that's when like that was a booming thing. And like,
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
dude, like we're in the same area. So wild.
Oh man, what a crazy time.
Yeah, what
But
a
fun.
What
It was fun.
time to be alive. Wild stuff.
All right,
Fun.
you got anything else?
I mean,
It's an hour and a half
Ben,
again.
Ben, Scott, you guys got anything?
Nothing to add.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nothing.
Some-
Actually, I did say this. This could be just a whole nother podcast, just talking about events from the past,
oh yeah, that's
past
a
games
whole
and
nother
regionals.
podcast.
Yeah,
Let's
that'd
do
be
that.
cool.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Did you have a PSA on there?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, everybody
I
don't.
saw that on
Nobody's gonna
Instagram
watch
post.
your firework films, so just watch the fireworks and don't record it with your phone.
Yeah. Take
Bingo.
one picture for yourself, maybe, and then
Yeah,
and then
Maybe
just
maybe one
leave us out of
story.
it.
We don't need to see the.
Yeah, leave us out of it.
yeah.
Just
a
maybe a
friend-
quick boomerang.
This is from Ben. Just a friendly reminder. No one is gonna watch your videos of fireworks, so don't record them.
Hey, I don't want to say too much, but Dre said that the uncancelable shirt will come out Friday.
Whoa, we got a mock-up for
No,
us?
he said I'll send you some stuff before then.
Gotcha.
Friday. This is Friday the 7th. Friday, July 7th.
That's Lakeland's birthday. Nice. Happy birthday, Darren.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Freshly 32. Angela's is coming up. Mine's coming up.
End of the month.
Will you be?
36.
Golly.
Where you gonna be?
Angela will also be 36.
Yeah. Angela, 36.
Internal age.
Yep. Crazy.
Inside
Yeah,
tracker.
Speaking of that,
Internal age.
my hip is killing. me.
CrossFit year 70.
Gotta stand up.
Barn years. We said barn years
Barn
are
years.
like 7 dog years. You
Oh,
know?
easily.
Years.
Easily. That's what I tell
You
people all
spend
the
a year-
time.
you
Like,
spend-
How's the team hanging on?
Oh, dude, they're dying.
Sam and Zoe?
It's awesome. Well, everyone.
This is their first.
So Kyra's back. She hurt her back a little bit last week, and Zoe
It's
almost.
HIPAA. HIPAA, man.
and Zoe almost died of a heat stroke on Friday.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
that's perfect.
And me and Sam are actually held together pretty good. They were like giving us so much crap at the beginning of the season. Like I threw my back out, my elbow hurts, and Sam, his hip has been killing him, and both of us have been like his shoulder too. We've both been like pretty good all games training. We're like,
Take that.
the turns have tabled.
Love it. All right. That's it. Peace.